इधर सबसे बात करो तो पीए बना दिया मेरे को, ये हीरो बन गया। हाँ, इनके लिए कुछ करिए सर, इनके लिए कुछ करिए। बोलो मिस्टर आनंद सोनी गए हैं, आपको रिसीव करेंगे। आपका गाड़ी का पहला एंट्री नहीं है।
मेरा आईडी कार्ड, पार्टिसिपेंट आईडी कार्ड
होगा। आप करो, कौन कर रहा देख रहा है। नहीं ना, अभी कुमकुम कर रहा है। अभी क्या है, 2 एलियोर बिल्कुल फॉर 5G 2 महीना बैक सबका चल चुका। अरे आइए आइए, बैठो बैठो। लगा दो, आप उठ गया बस, तो लगा दो। हाँ बैठिए, हाँ सर आप उधर बैठो सर, आप लोग उधर बैठो, ये खाली रख दीजिए, उधर बैठो। तो चीफ गेस्ट लोग इधर बैठेगा पहले, फिर उसका भी इधर आएगा। आपका अगर रोज बच जाएगा कह के तो फोन खरीदेगा फिर सर। गुड मॉर्निंग, बात करिए सर। हेलो हेलो जल्दी साहब गए हैं गाड़ी में। हाँ और सोनी साहब गए हैं। Of the function, respected Sri V.K. Tiwari sir, Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Coal, and Professor B.V. Dhar. They will be joining us the dais. Before that, we will have lighting of the lamps along with Mr. Bhola Singh, Chairman cum Managing Director of Northern Coalfields Limited, and our Chairman of the Organizing Committee of the, you can say, the Diamond Jubilee function, Professor T.N. Singh, Director IIT Patna, And along with Mr. AKS, they will join us for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. Please join us, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I just requested all our respected guests to please join the dais. Yes, sir. Because of the traffic disruption, many of our guests, distinguished guests on the dais are on the way. Jantu sir, idhar aa jaइए. Thank you, sir. After the ceremonial lamp lighting, PK Palit, retired Deputy Director General of Mine Safety and a faculty of AKS University, to welcome our chief guest. I request Professor D.N. Singh to welcome Professor Bharat. Our editor of the journal, Mr. S.K. Mahanta, request him to welcome Sri Bhola Singh sir. Thank you. Now, incidentally, you bring them to Malaysia. They are flying over there. They will be getting a. नहीं सर पढ़ना पड़ता है. So now my duty is to welcome all the guests, distinguished guests and student delegates. For the first time in India, with the initiative of our honorable 50-year-old Indian Mining and Engineering Journal to its Diamond Jubilee function, we are with us Mr. Bhola Singh, the board of Central. You can say in the world with largest number of dragons. Anything largest, it is there in Singapore. जगह पढ़ना था largest number of dozers कहाँ है वो सिंगरोली है. सरफेस माइनर छोड़ के, because सरफेस माइनर का चैंपियन अभी आएंगे ओपी सिंह साहब. So he is heading a company. Everything is large. Largest volume of overburden to handle, largest volume of coal is excavating, whatnot. Sir, we are proud of you to you join us. We have got Mr. Anand Soni, a young enterprising person who has started this AKS University. All his blue boys in blue are from AKS University and joined along with the others, his students from other colleges of the college, India. He is basically a IT professional into the teaching, academics, started this university, and fortunately we had the opportunity to join there. And it is my 11th year with AKS University, and we are thankful to you. And our evergreen editor-in-chief, Jantu Sahab is here. He is our editor-in-chief. Jantu Sahab, thank you. And, sir, I once again welcome. I am very brief in introducing our chief guest, C.V.K. Tiwari sir, because he has got so many achievements that I will take on at the time when I will introduce him as a chief guest before he makes his final presidential address. With these words, I now welcome Sri Anand Soni to speak a few words.
Thank you, Bharat. मंच पर उपस्थित चीफ गेस्ट श्री तिवारी साहब, कुला सिंह साहब, टीएन सिंह साहब, प्रोफेसर धर साहब, जयंत साहब, सामने बैठे हुए सभी माइनिंग इंजीनियर्स, यूस साहब,
Sorry sir.
सन 2012 में जब हमने विश्वविद्यालय स्टार्ट किया तो बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस थे कि हमको कौन कौन से कोर्सेज चालू करने चाहिए। तो उस समय लोकल नीड को ध्यान में रखते हुए जिस क्षेत्र से हम आते हैं वो माइनिंग बेल्ट है, तो एक विचार आया कि क्यों ना माइनिंग में कोर्स स्टार्ट किया जाए। और ईश्वर की कृपा रही और हमारे जो फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं जो इंडस्ट्री से आए, उन्होंने इतना बढ़िया बच्चों को तैयार किया कि आज लगभग 2500 बच्चे जो AKS यूनिवर्सिटी से निकले हैं विभिन्न इंडस्ट्रीज में सर्व कर रहे हैं और बहुत अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस दे रहे हैं, जो चाहे वो कोल इंडिया हो, चाहे वो ओपन कास्ट माइंस की डिफरेंट मेटल माइंस हो, सभी जगह अपने यहाँ के बच्चे कहीं ना कहीं विश्वविद्यालय के बच्चे पहुंचे हुए हैं। हमारी कोशिश है कि जो बच्चों को लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजीज हो सकती हैं वो पढ़ाई जाए ताकि यहाँ के पढ़े हुए बच्चे आगे जाकर के इंडस्ट्रीज को सर्व कर सके। और ये हमारा सौभाग्य है विश्वविद्यालय का कि हमारे यहाँ पर इंडस्ट्रीज से ही बहुत सारे फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं, जिसमें स्वयं प्रधान साहब है जो उसको लीड करते हैं और बाकी उनकी पूरी एक टीम है। ये सर मैं आपको एक बात बताना चाह रहा हूँ कि जो बच्चे हैं ये कई बच्चे बहुत वीक बैकग्राउंड से आए हैं, जिन्होंने कभी सोचा भी नहीं था कि हम इंजीनियर्स बनेंगे, और वो इस पोजीशन पे रहते हैं कि डू और डाई वाली पोजीशन पे, या तो बहुत अच्छा कर जाते हैं या फिर वो वापस चले जाते हैं। तो इन बच्चों को इस तरह से तैयार करना कि वो इंडस्ट्रीज की नीड को पूरा कर सकें, ये हमारे लिए बड़ा चैलेंज का विषय रहता है। और जब हमने इसमें काम करते हैं तो हमने ये देखा है कि मैक्सिमम बच्चे मैक्सिमम परसेंटेज के साथ में वो इसके लिए तैयार हो जाते हैं कि वो इंडस्ट्रीज में जाकर के काम करते हैं। उनका रिटेंशन रेशियो भी बहुत अच्छा होता है अदर देन हायर एजुकेशन हायर इंस्टीट्यूशंस की तुलना में। तो मेरी इस माइनिंग कॉन्क्लेव के लिए ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए प्रधान साहब, इंडियन माइनिंग जर्नल, इन सबको बहुत शुभकामनाएं हैं और आप सभी के विचार मुझे भी सुनने को मिलेंगे। धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you very much. I request Dr. T.N. Singh, please address the gathering.
Honorable Chief Guest of Coal, Sri V.K. Jayantu, Sri Soni ji, Piyush ji, and all young mining engineers of this near future. Most welcome to all of you in a very unique initiatives taken by Indian Mining and Indian Journal, one of the oldest journal. Continuously we are publishing with this help of industry, students, researcher, academia, all of them. This kind of the conference I've never ever organized, and once this was not said by me, it was said by Professor B.B. Dhar. And once he said, I think it's have a meaning, because I think industry is next to the agriculture. And now the big questions is coming about this, how long particularly coal mining will continue or not continue. It is a big question. And people are talking about what is the way out of this one. But still, whatever the nature has given, we have to utilize it. Because Gandhiji says once that the nature has given everything to feed you. But even the continent is less once you have the greed. So I think, and that is how we comes about the sustainability. Because we have to take something from the nature, but take care of this future generation also on their share. So whether we are going to provide them a very good, conducive environment, because you know this mine environment word and the education and research has been started by Professor B.B. Dhar, not other than that. And after that everybody has adopted. So I think you can think that how the excavation can be done, how the technology is coming into the picture, that will be the important. How a modern tools and techniques one can adopt, that is the greatest challenge as a mining engineer, where you are going to apply some AI, IoT, MLs. All these tools are available, and other discipline people are using. Why you are behind not to use these tools and technique to make your system more efficient, more safe, more sustainable, based on the scientific background. So these are the few challenges in front of you if you want to make a career in this area of the mining. It is the most challenging career, but you can see the people on the dais. Bhola Singh ji, I am meeting him after a long time when we both were working for the blast monitoring at the site when he was in charge at the ITBHU that time, and we are working together. But you can see he is holding such a high position, achieve all these goals of your life. So the purpose of this conclave is to just to make you a face-to-face discussion, see and hear those who are leading the industry and academia in this country. And you are most fortunate that we have Sri Manoj Kumar ji, who has joined. Welcome you, sir. So this kind of the personality, rarely you have this kind of this forum. You will get where this chairman, managing director of this different company, you have the additional secretary who is leading the policy of this coal mining or mining industry in India. Then you have the academia, we have Professor B.B. Dhar, then there is nobody else is required once he is there. He is himself an institution. So with these words, once again, I welcome all of you and express my best wishes to all of you for a very vibrating, very nice and very successful future. And thanks all of you for coming to this place. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू प्रोफेसर टी.एन. सिंह सर। अभी हमारे बीच में वेस्टर्न कोलफील्ड्स लिमिटेड के चेयरमैन का मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर मनोज कुमार जी आए हैं। मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा स्वागत किया जाए मनोज कुमार सर से। आई रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्टर टी.एन. सिंह थैंक यू। मनोज कुमार सर अभी पहुंचे हैं। इज ए वेरी डिस्टिंग्विश्ड एलुमनी ऑफ इंडियन स्कूल ऑफ माइंस। हम लोग सब AKS ISM के ही हैं। यहाँ हमारे बीच में कोथागम स्कूल ऑफ माइंस के स्टूडेंट हैं, जो उदयपुर के स्टूडेंट हैं, जोधपुर के हैं, IIT ISM के स्टूडेंट हैं। We have students from Bilaspur, some large contingent of students from Telangana. इंटरेस्टिंग बात है, कुछ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्टूडेंट बोले हम लोग माइनिंग में ही काम करेंगे, माइनिंग का पेपर लिखेंगे और माइनिंग कॉन्क्लेव में आएंगे। हमारे लिए बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो गया है, ये माइनिंग का बीच में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कहाँ आ गया है। तो उनका पेपर जब देखा, मैंने देखा कि दे नो मच मोर देन अस ऑन माइनिंग, क्योंकि एप्लीकेशन साइड जब आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का एप्लीकेशन, IoT का एप्लीकेशन करने जाएंगे, वो जो जितने सर्किट वर्किट है हमको तो समझ में नहीं आता। सो दे एक्सप्लेन सो नाइसली द वॉल्यूम यू विल फाइंड ब्यूटीफुल पेपर बाय सम ऑफ देम। सो आई वेलकम ऑल ऑफ देम टू दिस गैदरिंग। कुछ छुट्टियां के चलते, कुछ ट्रेन डिस्ट्रप्शन के चलते बाकी स्टूडेंट्स नहीं आ पाए। सो आई रिक्वेस्ट प्रोफेसर विविधर, आपको थोड़ा हम पहले भाषण देने का रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं। यू कैन कीप देम इन्फॉर्म्ड अबाउट द हैपनिंग्स इन BHU। सर का बायोडाटा में जब पढ़ूंगा, आप लोग गूगल में देखिएगा। BHU से पास करने के बाद सर चले गए कनाडा से आए हैं, रिसर्च किए हैं, इतने काम किए। फिर भारत सरकार बोला नहीं, आप पढ़ाई वढ़ाई छोड़िए, आप जाइए अभी रिसर्च कराइए, सिम्फर का डायरेक्टर बनिए। सिम्फर को इतना सुधार है कि सिम्फर का नाम ही चेंज कर दिया है। तो नाम चेंज करते करते सर ने सिम्फर को मल्टी फैसेटेड कर दिए, ताकि आने वाले पीढ़ी में सिम्फर का फर्दर नाम चेंज हो गया। CMRS हमारे टाइम में वो था स्टेशन, सारा के स्टेशन से उसको बना दी इंस्टीट्यूट, और आगे का पीढ़ी उसको इन 2 स्टेशन को मिला के बना दिए सिम्फर। आई रिक्वेस्ट प्रोफेसर धर प्लीज एड्रेस अस।
कुछ अगर हिंदी में बोल दे तो समझ आएगा ना?
यस सर।
आदत हो गई, थोड़ा सा मैं मिक्सअप कर देता हूँ।
तेलुगु भी बोलते हैं।
अच्छा, तेलुगु समझ आती नहीं है।
नहीं, उनको सब हिंदी आता है।
हिंदी आता है। नहीं, नो आई एम जस्ट सेइंग इट, यू नो, इन बिटवीन वी कैन एडिट, उससे ज़रा अच्छा रहता है, माहौल बनता है। पहले तो मैं the guests on the dais, most of them are award winners also. I see तिवारी साहब, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी, कोल, जितने IAS लोग हैं, मेरी इनकी बड़ी वीकनेस है, बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट दे विल रिमेन क्वाइट एंड दे विल लिसन टू यू एंड देन दे विल गिव द लास्ट वर्ड। बट इफ यू पुट अ टेक्नोक्रेट ऑफ द सेम कमिटी हेड, अरे बस आप क्या जानते हैं, तो हम ऐसे बता रहे हैं। ये एक हमने क्वालिटी देखी IAS में, एंड आई एप्रिशिएट इट ऑल द टाइम। Then we have Sony, I think you need to be complimented, क्योंकि आपने इस इंस्टीट्यूट को नियम रखा। बहुत प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटियाँ बहुत चलती नहीं हैं, कुछ पैसे भी होती हैं। मैं I have spent most successful universities in university. I was in MIT senior vice president for quite some time. तो मगर आपने उस जगह खोली यूनिवर्सिटी, और I think the last big function I attended was perhaps in Khajuraho or somewhere. तो मुझे खुद ही शायद अवार्ड मिला है जो आप देते रहते हैं, मगर आपने जो ये किया है बहुत ही सर्विस की है टू कंट्री बाय स्टार्टिंग सबको। सतना ऐसा है, ना वहाँ एयरपोर्ट है, ना वहाँ कोई खास रेलवे स्टेशन है, इट्स नॉट वेरी वेल कनेक्टेड ऑल्सो, दैट फॉर वन ऑफ द रीजन वी हैव रीच्ड सतना। तो ये है, मगर आपने जो कदम लिया है इन सब यंग लोगों के लिए, एंड आई एम टोल्ड कि आप कह रहे थे लोअर सेक्शन ज़्यादा कुछ, तो दैट इज ए ग्रेट कॉम्प्लीमेंट टू यू। डॉक्टर DN सिंह के बारे और डॉक्टर भोला सिंह साहब के बारे में मैं बहुत ज़्यादा जानता नहीं, मगर ये मुझे पता है कि वहाँ है, क्योंकि उनकी आदत है वन ऑफ द वेरी प्रोमिनेंट साइंटिस्ट ऑफ माइंड ओल्ड ठीक है, और जो अप्रिशिएटिंग भोला सिंह और उन्होंने ये एनकरेज किया रिसर्च वगैरह।
तो आई वॉज हैप्पी, मैंने कहा चलो एक बात ऐसी है। और इनका तो मैं बहुत ज़्यादा जानता नहीं मनोज कुमार जी, बट वंस यू रीच द लेवल ऑफ द CMD, उनके बारे में जानने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। लाइक व्हेन यू बिकम रियली अ प्रोफेसर, तो वो तो है कि वही उतना उसने किया ही हो गया, तभी तो प्रोफेसर बन रहा है। और जब जो डायरेक्टर बने तब उसको छोड़ दो, दैट मीन्स ही इज आउटस्टैंडिंग, ही इज आउट। That is what, as far as Dr. T.N. Singh is concerned. He has been my colleague in Banaras University, and gradually I feel all that. हमें एक अपनी पर्सनल वीकनेस है, अगर हमारा जान पहचान या स्टूडेंट आगे बढ़े, हम उसको पीछे से धक्का देते हैं। उसका रीजन है, most of them feel very jealous. No, I am not one of them. Because if I know Dr. T.N. Singh is in Patna, मुझे अगर किसी को कुछ कहना हो, I will just pick up the call and tell him. 9 out of 10 times he will not say no. तो उसको ये हो सकता है कि साहब बिजी हैं, खैर वो तो दूसरी बात है, वो हो जाता है। So that is how when you grow, and that is how Dr. T.N. Singh has grown. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, gentlemen. I think वो पका दो flowers थोड़ा नाम हो जाएगा।
2 मिनट आप ब्रेक लीजिए।
Okay.
जो ब्रेक होता है ना टीवी में।
So I have got a commercial break. We would like to welcome our distinguished guest, Shri O.P. Singh sir. I request Piyush Kumar ji to welcome. We have got a doctorate among the CMDs. बड़ा रेयर कॉम्बिनेशन होता है, डॉक्टर, कंपाउंडर, इंजीनियर, फर्स्ट क्लास मैनेजर के बीच में। PS मिश्रा साहब ISM से PhD किए, BTech भी वहीं से किए, MTech भी सर वहीं से किए, अभी PhD भी वहीं से किए, अभी नाउ ही इज हेडिंग साउथ ईस्टर्न कॉन्फ्रेंस लिमिटेड। और OP सिंह साहब के बारे में ज़्यादा नहीं बताया हूँ क्योंकि उनका लिस्ट लंबा है, मैं जब अवार्ड होगा उस समय डिटेल में बताऊंगा। आई रिक्वेस्ट श्री मित्तल सर टू वेलकम डॉक्टर PS मिश्रा। एक्चुअली हमारा ये माइनिंग में रिश्तेदारी है, जूनियर सीनियर, सो रिश्तेदारी हम लोग निभा रहे हैं सर। एंड आई वेलकम बैक प्रोफेसर धर टू कंटिन्यू विद हिज स्पीच। ही गिव्स ब्यूटीफुल टिप्स टू ऑल ऑफ अस सर।
Welcome, Mr. Saab and O.P. Singh ji. तो कमर्शियल ब्रेक भी ये तो वेलकम ब्रेक था। तो मैं कह रहा था कि जितने लोग यहाँ आए हैं उनसे आप लोगों को मिलने का तरीका वैसे भी नहीं मिलता, चाहे आप कितनी की कोशिश करते हो। थैंक्स टू प्रधान that he organized this kind of thing where you could meet these people. But biggest thing that you have won is, I'm a member of this IIC, and it's a very I don't actually use the word prestigious. It's a very difficult position here to even think of becoming a member. And इस इंस्टीट्यूट में जब हमने सुना माइनिंग एनक्लेव हो रहा है तो मैंने समझा ये तो कुछ गड़बड़ है, तो something is different, something is fishy. To be honest, I didn't believe it. But then you can make impossible things possible only through Pradhan, free management. And I'm told Ministry of Coal, lately, Tiwari Sahab, मैं कह रहा था पीयूष से, Ministry has become very active in such activity. Or maybe they were active before and we were not visible, but now the exhibition all these things, I think this is an encouragement for the future generation to we highly appreciate it. As far as the research is concerned, I can give you one small tip. I'm associated with the accreditation of the consultants of the mining in this country. Dr. T. Singh is one of our respectable members of that committee. And it was the Ministry of Coal who first approved that we should have accreditation of the consultants. And a very I told the quality council, I said, यार ये तो Ministry of Mines का भी होना चाहिए. तो Ministry of Mines के एक एक्शन सेक्रेटरी हमारे किसी कमेटी में थे, तो हमने कहा आप ये करा दीजिए. तो but it took them about a year or so behind. Ultimately, they also issued notification. अब ये है जैसे environmental consultants होते हैं. मैं ये सब चीजें इसलिए आपको बताता हूँ कि पहले होता था कि रिटायर हो गए तो एक ऐसा बैच करना कि मैं environmental consultant हो गया. अब ऐसा नहीं है. He has to be accredited. ये सारे वर्ल्ड में होता है. Accreditation is done by third party. ये नहीं कि मेरे दोस्त है मैं एग्री नो द थर्ड पार्टी शुड बी इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ दैट एंड आई एम ग्लैड दैट आई हैव बीन एसोसिएटेड विद क्वालिटी काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया अर्लियर इन सेवरल committees and then chairman also of the environmental committee where environmental consultants are accredited. मगर अब ये हो गया कि माइनिंग कंसल्टेंट की मिनिस्ट्री थॉट कि हम इतना एक्सपेंशन करना चाहते हैं, एक्सप्लोरेशन एजेंसीज काफ़ी नहीं है हिंदुस्तान में. लेट अस हैव मोर एजेंसीज. बट हाउ कैन एनीबडी बिकम एन एक्सप्लोरेशन एजेंट और आप माइन लाएंगे तो उनका एक्रेडिटेशन आ गया. एंड दैट इज हाउ दिस कैंपेन. आई हैपन टू बी एट द मोमेंट चेयरमैन ऑफ दैट एक्रेडिटेशन कमिटी. वेल दैट इज दैट पॉइंट. नाउ एज फार एज यू गाइज आर कंसर्न, यंगर फोक्स, दिल्ली आना ही एक यात्रा होती है कि नहीं होती है? तो आप लोगों के लिए क्या यात्रा होगी, उसके बाद बाकी एक्शन है. दिस इटसेल्फ इज अ बिग थिंग. पहले समझना चाहिए. और आई मस्ट अप्रिशिएट द इंस्टीट्यूट व्हिच टुक द इनिशिएटिव ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजिंग इट हियर. And then I must appreciate and welcome, appreciate all your parents who must have directly and indirectly financed you to be here, and which is a good thing. और हमने ये देखा है कि माइनिंग में एकेडमिक्स और रिसर्च हर स्टूडेंट लेवल पे लाना, लोअर स्टूडेंट अंडर ग्रेजुएट पे, वो प्रधान का काम है. He has been doing that, and this is very good. Also, now another additional advantage of the Pradhan and company is that he knows how to appreciate the people who go higher up. अब इस वक्त अगर आप ये देखेंगे, ये एक ऑर्डिनरी लाइन नहीं है. अगर आप ऑनर साहब को निकाल देंगे, बाकी सब तो एक से एक हैं. जयंतु is an eminent scientist and professor for quite some time. He was our scientist also. तो आप देख लीजिए कोई भी CMD जो यहाँ पर हैं, they are all well deserving candidates for the function today, and we are, I think, a joint clap for all of them. That they have made it possible to be here. कोई WC से आए, कोई सेंट्रल से आए, कोई यहाँ से आए, तो देखो ठीक है. They are big people, they can all the time happen. But कभी आजकल के ज़माने में ज़रा ट्रैवल करना बहुत इतना आसान नहीं हो गया because of restrictions. But then for this particular, I'm glad you have a galaxy of getting. मुझे और इस वक्त कहना ज़्यादा नहीं है, मगर इतना कह दूँगा, एक प्लेटफॉर्म हमारा और है जिसके साथ हम हैं. So I want to, since you are younger folks, that we have knowledge awareness program. It's a joint venture with between private company and CSIR. That is to identify in the age group of class 5 to 12 future scientific kind of talent, and that is called CAMP. So I जिनको देखना होगा you can just always go to the net and see them. Well, I think that should be enough for me, Pradhan sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
हम लोग जब पढ़ते थे, थैंक यू प्रोफेसर धर, गर्ल्स स्टूडेंट्स दिखते नहीं थे माइनिंग में। पहला गर्ल स्टूडेंट BNIT से she graduated there and she is with Simfer as a scientist. उनको कोर्ट केसेस वगैरह करना पड़ा to get accredited in the society thanks to DGMS. पाली सब मालूम है DGMS ने रिवीजन कर दी कि चलो women are allowed in coal mining. अभी I think more than 200 girls have graduated as BTech level in mining engineering. Yes, already. And majority of them are working all over the country. So in AKS also we have got few of them that are sitting over on in their blue dresses. Two others are there from Udaipur. And many could not come, and as I told, 2 of our students have flown to Kuala Lumpur to attend a mining conclave there, along with 2 of our faculty members. Now the time has come to release the journal. 2 issues हम लोग merge करते हैं. October and September issues are released here, containing almost all the papers are from the students, written by the students, with the messages from our distinguished galaxy of personality sitting over here. सर आप अपना मैसेज भी देख सकते हैं उसमें. And I request please bring, sir, please release it officially.
No, दो black and this, blue and silver.
दोनों का एक साथ I think sir. Thank you, sir. Our chief guest of this function, Sri V.K. Tiwari sir, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Coal. A 1986 batch of Indian Forest Service officer of Himachal Pradesh cadre, holds double masters in geology and forestry, besides certificate in German language. In his career spanning over 3 decades, he served in various positions: HRD, IT, legal, personal, environment, social, and RR, and M&E. Before his appointment in the year 2017 April as Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Government of India. He has served state power sector in various capacities for a decade, including directorship in HP State PSU engaged in power generation. He has streamlined NGO grants process while making it an end-to-end online solution during his stint in Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Government of India. He was instrumental in bringing Ekalabya model residential schools for tribal students under center's umbrella with enhanced and assured support not only for education but also for the overall development of students. सर ये एकलव्य मॉडल स्कूल के स्टूडेंट्स हम लोग को मिलते हैं ट्रेनिंग वगैरह में, उनको देखने से लगता नहीं कि ये एकलव्य जैसे होंगे, क्योंकि एकलव्य मतलब हम लोग सोचते हैं पुराना रामायण महाभारत वाला, बट दे आर रियली मॉडर्न एंड वेल ट्रेन्ड एंड स्टूडेंट्स. थैंक यू सर. He has voluntarily done 2 years stint in climatically harsh, remote and difficult tribal areas in the Trans-Himalayan region. He has been pivotal in the development of several important policies in state power sector, state's environment and forest sector, besides CDM project. ये CDM बड़ा interesting है. जैसे शेयर मार्केट में आप ट्रेडिंग करते हैं, ये आने वाला दिन में हमको ट्रेडिंग करना पड़ेगा. How much carbon we have saved and we can get money out of it and make the earth cleaner. WCD compliance, EAIA, ELP preparation, compliance monitoring, etc. For environment management and on tribal welfare. आप देखिएगा हर जगह ट्राइबल का ऊपर सर का जोर है, because they are the natural habitats of this nation over whom we have come, and they are the guiding principle to occupy all our forest and resources, mineral resources. जहाँ माइन देखेंगे ट्राइबल मिलेंगे आपको, चाहे अफ्रीका हो, ईरान हो या इराक हो या उड़ीसा. He has been instrumental in registration of major CDM projects of hydropower sector under UNFCCC mechanism and also done WCD compliance, besides various due diligences for carbon trading. सर मालूम है ये UNFCCC compliance mechanism में सक्सेस होना बहुत दिक्कत है, माइनिंग वाले सब जानते हैं, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. हमारा रिजर्व एस्टिमेशन में UNFCCC कोड को लागू करने के लिए आई थिंक वी स्पेंड मोर देन few decades. In his current assignment from April 2019 in the coal sector, including lignite, he has played an important role in the sector's reforms, opening up of the sector for commercial mining, reforms of coal blocks auction regime, coal mining laws, review and amendments, coal exploration, planning, coal block identification with sustainability parameters, pricing issues, development of national coal index, ease of doing business, operationalization of coal blocks, including clearances and land acquisition, mining plan process, simplifications and switching to online approvals and linking with the other offices and ministries, substituting the mandatory registration of the mine plan preparation person or agency with self-declaration, introducing accreditation systems for voluntary use, delegation of mine plans approval and creating appeals provision, mine closure, coal production and supply monitoring, rationalization of coal linkages, demand forecasting, coal offtake logistics, launch of coal import monitoring system to replace substitutable coal imports, clean coal technologies, coal gasification, sustainable development cell in the coal ministry, CSR activities, synergy with power sector, etc. ये जो यहाँ पर जो स्टार रेटिंग है, स्टार रेटिंग हम लोग जब बल्ब खरीदते थे, टीवी खरीदते थे, स्टार रेटिंग दिखता, डबल स्टार, ट्रिपल स्टार, 4 स्टार. तो इतना नाइसली कोल इंडस्ट्री में इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया स्टार रेटिंग कि आप दूर से रेटिंग देके पता चलेगा ये माइन कितना अच्छा होगा. एंड ही क्रिएटेड ए कॉम्पिटिटिव एनवायरनमेंट अमंग माइंस. और हम खुशी के बाद जितने CMD बैठे हैं इनके पास इतने स्टार रेटेड माइंस है कि उनका क्रेडिबिलिटी उसमें डिपेंड करता है कितना मेरे पास स्टार रेटिंग माइंस है. सो सर वी स्टार रेटेड माइंस एंड तिवारी साहब स्टार रेटिंग के साथ इन्वॉल्व है, उसके लिए उनको भी धन्यवाद देते हैं. He is on the board of directors of Coal India Limited NCL and also did a term on the board of directors of Naval Lignite India Limited. जब मैं कोल बोलता हूँ आप लिग्नाइट को भूलना मत. लिग्नाइट also is an छोटा भाई है, कोल थोड़ा पुराना है, तो लिग्नाइट का भी साहब देख रेख करते हैं, खाली कोल बोलने से ठीक नहीं रहेगा. Initiative Steering Committee and member of International Organizing Committee of World Mining Congress and heads its Indian National Committee's executive body. He has traveled far and wide and is trained in various subjects in India and abroad. He has been a visiting faculty in training academics of various services. He has written reports on reforms and rationalization, and he has been contributing articles to newspapers and magazines. Sir, we are very proud of you to have you with us. And these young boys and girls, I Request you to please address the gathering.
पहले तो माइनिंग सेक्टर के गुरुजी लोगों को प्रणाम। प्रोफेसर रिटायर्ड IIT PHU फॉर्मर डायरेक्टर सेंटर प्रोफेसर श्री BV जी, श्री अनंत के सोनी जी प्रोफेसर प्रो चांसलर ऑफ AKS यूनिवर्सिटी, श्री प्रोफेसर PN सिंह जी एंड प्रोफेसर एंड डायरेक्टर IIT पटना, प्रोफेसर जैन from NIT Roorkee, NIT Rourkela, sorry, Dr. G.K. Pradhan, Dean, AKS University Satna, and S.K. Gupta ji, Deputy MD of Sunflag Industry and AKS University.
Slide is delayed.
Achha, he's not here. And the various disciples of the Guru and now stalwarts of mining profession. And awardees of today, CMD and CL Shri Bhola Singh ji, CMD and Mahanadi Shri Rupesh Singh ji, CMD and Western Coalfield Limited Shri Manoj Kumar ji, dear awardees, participants, youth of the country, students and future workforce of mining industry, friends from print and electronic media. Very good morning to all of you. And in this room, educationally, if anybody is least qualified to speak, it is me. I'm all mere masters. I'm sitting among mining engineers who are PhDs and professors and from the ministry, all these people have given their entire life to mining. I have been hopping here and there. And somebody mentioned about coal. In my address I would like to dwell on what is the future like and phase out, phase down, something on that also. We all know that from our school days that matter can neither be created nor be destroyed, it merely changes form. And in that change of form in which we are all busy, whether it is a microorganism or a human being or anybody else, for our own purposes, which is seemingly separate but is connected somehow with each other, we derive our livelihoods, we derive the very life we do. And in the livelihood efforts, we cannot ignore the modern economy. And the modern economy cannot move without material. And material is either to be farmed, gathered, hunted, or mined. Or not, despite I have worked in the environmental sector for significantly long period of time, those who make most of the noise consume the highest of the energies. You will find all the NGOs, none of us are carrying laptops, but they cannot move without a laptop, without a good network connectivity, without a good quality mobile. So I often find that this is a dichotomy they carry. And we have to find ways to sustain the kind of modern economy, the modern civilization that we have all been blessed with to be living in. This is one of the most, what you call, advanced and most comfortable period of human civilization today. That you have connectivity, you have mobility, you have education, you have food. I mean, as far as Earth is concerned, it is producing enough for everybody to be well fed.
Sadhguru also says the same thing. He said this is heaven.
That is enough.
Today is heaven. There is nothing else we do.
Yeah, today is probably the best time on earth.
Yes.
Best time for the human civilization to be enjoying itself. It has to care for the sustainability. It has to care as to how the future generations are not deprived of what we are already enjoying. And let me come to
the significance of mining, that without mining you cannot survive. And it is you people, the sector, the future workforce that has to sustain it with the help of stalwarts and also being conscious towards the sustainability dimension. Coming to the coal sector, which I represent here, coal is the mainstay of India's energy security. Like it or not, despite having 50% of the power generation installed capacity on thermal and rest 50% other than coal-based thermal, when it comes to actual power generation, about 75% of the electricity that is produced in this country comes from coal-based thermal power. So we cannot wish it away despite pressures. That India has made very clear in COP26 when Honorable Prime Minister said about his Panchamrit, and also said that we will achieve net zero emission by 2070. It does not mean we are consuming about 1028 million tons of coal every year, of which 878 last year, 878 million tons was supplied from domestic sources. The rest was imported. And of the 878, nearly 85% of the domestic coal went to the power sector. So, when we look at the power sector, we have a scheme for power for all, which will likely increase the demand. And power is a unique commodity. Increased supply, fuel, more demand. जिसके पास आज एक बल्ब था, कल वो पंखा ढूंढता है, परसों एसी ले आता है, रेफ्रिजरेटर ले आता है, और अगर गाड़ियाँ भी अगर इलेक्ट्रिक मोबिलिटी वाली हो गई तो वो इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जर भी ढूंढेगा इसके लिए. और आज की तिथि में पर कैपिटा एनुअल कंजम्पशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी is about 1180 to 1200 kilowatt hour a year. The world average is 3000, and in case of US and China and bigger economies, it's about 4500 to 5000 units per year. So if you want to double our electricity consumption per capita, we have to reach somewhere close to 2400 to 2500 units. That despite contribution from renewable energy, you will not be able to wish away the coal. And given that steel and metallurgy energy industry also depend upon coal, whether it is for coking coal, for process, or thermal coal for energy. And let me also add, we all travel by railways, and railways main income is only from freight, and within the freight, coal constitutes 50% exceed the price of coal in many cases because of distances. And I did a analysis way back in 1920. In 2018-19, railways earning from coal was more than the PBT, profit before tax or profit after tax, of many of the coal companies put together. The railways earning was 32,000 crore in 28-29, that is PBT, and PAT was 20,000 crore. And Coal India, I remember, was 17,000 odd crores. Okay? And despite being Maharashtra. So, coal is running the railways, and in turn, entire country's population is benefiting because there is an internal cross subsidy from freight to passenger fare. Okay? And in the ministry we have done some planning. We want to replace the substitutable part of coal imports, because in the total consumption of coal, there is a high GCV coal which is not found in India, and also coking coal, high grade metallurgy coal is not found in India. So we will be dependent, relied upon few studies, and we find that India's energy peaking will come sometime between 2040 to 2045, and we guess that it will be, consumption will be around 1700 million ton of coal by that time. Thereafter, it will start dipping, but because our energy pie would have grown very big, so in terms of absolute number, it still will be about 1000 million tons till 2060. And thereafter, it will get down to about 400 million ton. You will still require, despite net zero, because of grid stability requirement, you will have to have thermal, which is available round the clock, round the year. So roughly about 500 million ton of high GCV coal will be required even at the net zero level. CCUs, US, carbon capture, utilization and storage technologies. And personally, I have a great hope in one of the R&D projects that we are trying to push is biomethanization of coal in anaerobic condition of underground, trying to mimic the nature. And if that happens, then you can have a continuing future in hundreds of years. Because as one of the professors mentioned, that is the tribal and natural resource always are found together. There is a book called The Resource Curse. Wherever area is rich with resource, poorest of the people reside there, for whatever reason. So in India's case also, a lot of coal property exists either below dense forest or under dense habitation or is under infrastructure. It cannot be mined. So we hope that this biomethanization technology actually takes place, happens, and we can then extract coal, methane without having to dig out the coal. And as I said, that demand is rising. So the mining industry is bound to see an upward movement. And even if renewable energies expand, they will require materials. They will require selenium, they will require panels, they will require all kinds of things. So material demand is going to go up and most of it will come from mining. So there is a great future. I can foresee a great need for qualified and skilled human resource base in this industry. Regardless of what anybody may say, society does and always need mining. There are simply too many resources we need that can only be acquired through mining process. We haven't yet come up with something other than mining to win the resource from Mother Earth. Mining engineering contributes a lot in tapping the country's natural resources and the economy. As successful graduates of this stream, you have a very important and technical role to play which nobody else can do. You will be in high demand and the sector offers reputed job profiles with very lucrative salaries. All of these people can vouch, all the CMDs. And I'm told that many of the students are presenting papers in this conclave today, which I find very heartwarming, very encouraging. I wish all such students a great success and I hope to see more participation in future from among the students. New technologies in coal mining industry make safer work environment, greater coal recovery, increase in efficiency and adoption of clean coal technologies also offer very great opportunities for sustainability. Unfortunately, the country is very well blessed with abundant natural resources, particularly of thermal variety of coal, and consumers are also confidently looking towards us to substituting their imported coal supplies by domestic coal. Similarly, all other mineral resources are witnessing upward demands and resultant potential for engaging more and more manpower. I wish you all a very successful academic phase and equally successful and satisfying professional career ahead. And before I conclude, let me also congratulate the awardees of today's function and also thank the journal for releasing its two of the issues today. And I take this opportunity to invite all of you, particularly the students, to visit the exhibition that we are holding at National Coal Conclave 2022 at Hotel Taj Palace, and which is being held today and tomorrow. And you can join from today afternoon. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
थैंक यू तिवारी सर, आपने हमको पूरा एनर्जी बास्केट दिखा दिए। और ये जो नया चीज़ आप बोले, ये मेरे को भी मालूम नहीं था, बायोमिथेनाइजेशन, एंड इसमें हम लोग कुछ खोज करेंगे। मैं ऐसे देखते देखते चला गया कि ये लिथियम सब जगह, बिकॉज एवरी मॉर्निंग एंड इवनिंग आई गेट ट्वाइस दिस लिथियम एंड मेटल मूवमेंट प्राइसेस। मैं एक क्वेश्चन बताऊं, पूछूंगा, कोई भी आंसर नहीं दे पाएगा, आई एम वेरी श्योर। 1 ग्राम गोल्ड का दाम कितना है? वो तो आप बोल 5,000। 1 ग्राम लिथियम का दाम कितना जानते हो? कैन एनीबॉडी टेल फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट्स? 30,000 लिथियम। ये पूरा विश्व अभी लिथियम कर रहा है। हम लोग खोजते बहुत कुछ खोजे हैं। जियोलिस्ट लोग आजकल हमारे चिपक गए हैं ऑफिसेस में। उनका सम्मेलन में मैं बोलता हूँ, भैया आप थोड़ा खोजो, लिथियम कहीं है, ये 30,000 रुपया वाला ग्राम, उसको खोजो, काहे को हम लोग इधर उधर भटकते हैं। एक चीज मेरे को पता चला कि जो हम समंदर से नमक निकाल लेते, जो ब्राइन बच जाता है काला वाला पानी, उसमें लिथियम है। सो मैं तिवारी सर को रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा, सर लिथियम को भी कोयला में डाल दीजिए।
Mining industry is separate and they are already doing a lot of work.
Sir.
Including in Leh,
Yes.
Lake also have similar occurrences.
We have proposed to Tata Steel to go ahead with lithium extraction from Chilka Lake, which is in Odisha. And I think एक बार लिथियम 5,000 रुपये वाला गोल्ड को छोड़ के हम लोग 30,000 रुपये वाला लिथियम पर ग्राम में जाएंगे। Sir, with the minister being the common for both coal and mining, I think we have got a lot of prospect for getting lithium. With these words, let us come to the final and most awaited event, because हमारा जर्नल 1995 से हम लोग एक प्रथा प्रचलन की है कि सम्मानित किया जाए। सम्मान पाने के लिए बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ता है, एंड लाइफ में इसका एक बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट रहता है। एंड द जर्नल हैज वेंचर्ड इनटू इट, एंड विद द सपोर्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री, सपोर्ट ऑफ द एकेडमिक्स। प्रोफेसर धार हमारा 1994 में एक कॉन्क्लेव में आए थे भुवनेश्वर में, वहीं से हम लोग शुरू किए थे। those days sense of CMD MCL came there, DGS was there in 1994. Since then हम लोग on this felicitating our own people and their good work they have done some of the excellent work. वे जितने भी यहाँ बैठे सब जंगल में रहे हैं, ऐसे ऐसे जगह में रहे, आप लोग सोच नहीं सकते। कंप्यूटर नहीं था, कंप्यूटर से हट जाओ, आप लोग देखोगे यहाँ बैठना आसान हो जाएगा अपने के लिए फ्यूचर में। सो आई रेस्पेक्ट टू ऑल ऑफ देम। एंड शुरुआत करते हैं, हमारा एक हुनर स्टूडेंट है फ्रॉम नेपाल, अंकित सिंह। आवा, he is a graduate from India, our university recently passed. नेपाल ओरिजिन के है। मेरे को आके पूछा, सर हम गेट दे सकते हैं क्या? बोले व्हाई नॉट। He appeared for gate, got a very good score. By virtue of being a Nepal citizen, he could not get a job on that gate quota for Indians and in IITs and other places. मैं सिंह सर को रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा कुछ दिन आप कुछ जोर लगाइए, because he is in Nepal. I think next September he will fly to America for his PG. इनका जो कॉपी है, हमारे टीचर्स एक्सटर्नल इंटरनल जांचते हैं, सब परेशान हो जाते हैं। 100 में से कितना नंबर दूंगा? इनका हैंडराइटिंग इतना अच्छा है सर, हम लोग हैरान हो जाते हैं। हम जब भी पढ़ाते हैं इनको, हमारे टीचर इनके क्लास नोट हम लोग सब फोटोकॉपी करके अपने पास रखते हैं। प्रिंटेबल क्वालिटीज है, देखने में छोटा है, लड़का अच्छा है, और इट इज टाइम टू फेलिसिटेट हिम। अंकित, let us
आप थोड़ा सा हाँ। सर आप इधर आ जाइए नहीं आपका वो इधर आ जाइए फोटो उठाओ बढ़िया से फोटो खींचो स्माइल स्माइल शिवानी सर आप
Well done, sir. Wish you all the best.
अंकित कुछ बोलोगे? हाँ? चलो बोलो एक लाइन.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Pradhan sir for inviting me to be the part of this ceremony, and I'm so glad to share the platform with the delegates and various mining faculties from different mines of India, and I wish all the students from AKS will also be able to have a successful career in mining industry and be a part to be the part in the growth of the Indian economy. Thank you.
एक्चुअली पहले हमारे साथ जितने भी नेपाल के जियोलॉजिस्ट और माइनिंग ऐसे में पढ़ते थे सारे नेपाल के नहीं, सब यहीं पर ही ऑल इंडिया में IBM में रिटायर किए हैं. अब मनोज को सबको तो मालूम होगा. नेक्स्ट इन द लिस्ट प्रोफेसर AK घोष यूज्ड टू बी वन ऑफ द स्टॉलवर्ट माइनिंग प्रोफेसर्स इन द कंट्री, और उनका स्टूडेंट का हम लोग सम्मानित करने जा रहे हैं. फर्स्ट प्रोफेसर अजय घोष मेमोरियल डायमंड जूबली अवार्ड टू श्री पीयूष कुमार. पीयूष कुमार जी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव काम के साथ साथ बड़ा काफी काम करते हैं कोल गैसिफिकेशन में, CBM में. CCL से करियर स्टार्ट करने के बाद ही जिंदर मैं पीयूष कुमार जी को बोलने के लिए नहीं बोल पाया क्योंकि उनके पास इतना सब्जेक्ट है. ही कैन टॉक फॉर आवर्स टुगेदर, टेस्ट टुगेदर. I request Harsh Verma to share how was it to cover in 2 minutes. You tell how you blasted it out.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I am actually honored to be part of this ceremony. Briefly, I would like to say two things regarding the mining fraternity. We as a mining engineer, there is an immense potential to contribute in the national development. And I can tell you, with my past 20 years of experience, I have been a part of many projects which are of national importance, strategic importance, and we could do wonders, I tell you. Starting from, I tell you just one small example, this Mumbai Metro project, NATM excavation. You can imagine 100-year-old structure. It's load-bearing elements resting on the props. Below 15 meters below that, if you are supposed to excavate and create an underground structure which is 200 meters long, 23 meters span in a granite rock formation, the parting is hardly 20, not 20, in fact it's 15 meters. And that too, there is hardly any other option other than blasting. So this is one case you can actually understand, and there is another project also. Say for example, there is a 1.2 kilometer long R-shaped structure which is 73 meter high, 57 meter wide, 20 meter below sea level. So if you get a chance to do work in these projects and the contribution you as a mining engineer can do, it's very satisfying. Coming to this steam plant, I tell you, there were a lot of things that was happening around. There was a team from South Africa. Then ultimately, Honorable Supreme Court has given this mandate to CBRI and CIFR to ensure that technically things should move and it should be safe. There were towers which was hardly at 9 meters one side. There is another tower which was hardly at 25 meters. Then we have this Gale pipeline 3 meters below that. And there was hardly any place to ensure that this whole thing comes up in this predefined space. So we have a jumble of things actually during this period. We have a structural engineers on board from CBRI. We have our own team, and we did extensive instrumentation also. 9,648 holes. Each hole drilled to precision of mm, I tell you. Say for example, one depth is around 1.5 to 8 meters, like that. So all this thing could be done, and with all this proper planning. And another important part was actually planning of this 9,648 holes to go in a very, very predefined time delay times. Because that is how you are going to manage this entire collapse. Another part was basically, we as a scientist, what we are looking for is, this is going to be very, very rare opportunity. Scientific experiment to get a very, very valuable data. 103 meter height is possibly, I think, top 10 demolition work. And we had this instrumentation in this complete exercise, including sacrificial CCTV camera inside these primary floors to ensure that what we have been planned, the beams, the columns, the walls, all they are actually fired in the same way, in a predefined manner. And it was absolutely satisfying for all of us, the entire team, not me alone, for the entire team of CSR, CIFR and CBRI also. This has exactly been done, and the important part is every single thing that was used in this exercise was all indigenous. The explosives, there was supplied from Solar Group, the drilling and other thing, everything, most of the things. There was hardly anything. Initially we thought that latent neutron would be required, but that was not required. This was all done with the help of pyrotechnic, and this can be achieved. So what I see with this event is basically we have got our own in-house facilities, technologies, understanding of the matter, and we can do it. So you as a mining engineers, one thing that we have started with us.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर हर्ष। सिम्पर में हमारा AKS के करीबन 25-30 स्टूडेंट्स काम कर रहे हैं। We have got another geologist of eminence, Dr. Gandhar Srinivas Rao. He is basically a geologist from Odisha and is working as chief scientist. Did lot of work in the areas of mineral processing. I invite him to receive the award from the chief guest. This award is called Dr. P.N. Bose Award. Oh, certificate. Thank you, sir. After our juniors, and now we are here to felicitate and award our seniors, those who are leading the industry, making the country energy rich. Last year हम लोग जब भी टीवी खोलते थे, कोयला नहीं है, कोयला नहीं है, कोयला नहीं है। ट्रेन खड़ी हैं, कभी-कभी हमारा भी 2-3 बार जर्नी में देखा ट्रेन खड़ा क्यों कोयला जा रहा है। So, सिंह साहब, OP सिंह साहब के बारे में नहीं बताया था, अभी बताऊंगा कि सबसे आगे आ जाते हैं, ठीक है हम टारगेट पूरा करते हैं, ज़्यादा कोयला दे देंगे। मैं नेवली लिग्नाइट में बैठा था CMD साहब के पास। Luckily, Neyveli has come into coal sector. They have started mining coal in Odisha. वो खाली बोलते हैं आप रेक देते जाइए, हम कोयला देते जाएंगे। This is the story of Odisha. Neyveli का डायरेक्टर माइनिंग महानदी कोलफील्ड्स, N और N में थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो गया है। That's how महानदी and Neyveli they are together. The first recipient of this IME Genre Diamond Jubilee Award is to a distinguished personality like Mr. Bhola Singh. Sir, please receive it from the chief guest. Bhola Singh साहब IITian हैं. हम लोग IIT के साइड से तो कल भुवनेश्वर से जाते हैं. आप सोचते थे कि IIT में पढ़ेंगे, इन्होंने वहीं से पढ़ के निकले हैं और सिंगरौली से कैरियर स्टार्ट किए. Then he moved to Odisha to a multinational company. Then came back to शासन. जैसे मैंने बोला कि कोई भी लार्जेस्ट बोलो मशीन का लार्जेस्ट नंबर, लार्जेस्ट साइज सब इन्हीं के सिंगरौली में है और बगल में शासन में भी है. शासन में एक चैलेंज था कि इंडियंस कोई डायरेक्टर नहीं बन सकता है, वो अंग्रेज लाते थे. एक्सचेंज हो गया. अरे चलिए, शासन में एक कहावत था, रिलायंस आडा ग्रुप अनिल धिरवा अंबानी, कि इंडियन नहीं चला सकता शासन, अंग्रेज चाहिए, अंग्रेज. सो भोला सिंह साहब प्रूव देम रॉन्ग. वो अकेले नहीं डायरेक्टर बने और पिछले वाले पीढ़ी को भी बोले आप भी लीड करो, अंग्रेज आ जाएंगे डायरेक्टर बन के. सो सर, वी आर प्राउड ऑफ यू. आई मेट हिम मेनी टाइम्स इन शासन, वहाँ का एनवायरनमेंट. देन अगेन आई सॉ हिम बैक इनटू द बोर्ड ऑफ CCL. नाउ ही इज CMD of NCL. Thank you sir for receiving the award. I request Bhola Singh साहब to say something because इन्होंने एक चीज कभी किसी को बताते नहीं है. मैं इनका एक रिहेबिलिटेशन विलेज में गया था, मेरे को लगता है कि एक आदिवासी गांव में पहुंच गया. बट इंटरेस्टिंग है, आदिवासी गांव बनता है मट्टी में, इनका गांव बना है सीमेंट कंक्रीट में, मगर दिखता है आदिवासी गांव. सिंह साहब प्लीज say a few words and address the gathering.
Good morning all. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, colleagues and dear students. प्रधान साहब बहुत कुछ मेरे बारे में बोल गए, मैं आपको इतना ही कहूँ कि प्रोफेसर बहुत बढ़िया है. आप स्टार्ट करते हैं तो बहुत स्ट्रगल लगता है, क्योंकि बाय डिफॉल्ट ऑफ माइनिंग परफेक्ट. ये आयरनी है इस इंडस्ट्री की. लॉन्ग बैक जब हम लोगों का जन्म हुआ था, उसमें गुड रैंकर्स माइनिंग पढ़ते थे स्कूल ऑफ माइंस से, IIT बीच में से, नॉट फ्रॉम IIT लगभग. लेकिन अपॉर्चुनिटी आपके पास में इमेंस है, जैसा कि प्रधान साहब रिपीटेडली बता रहे हैं, और हम लोगों ने इसको एक्सपीरियंस किया. माइनिंग एक ऐसी प्रोफेशन है, मल्टी स्किलिंग आपकी होती है. कोई आपका एक स्किल सेट नहीं है इसमें. आप सब कुछ जानते हैं, जियोलॉजी एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है जो आपका इंजीनियरिंग मटेरियल, जियोलॉजी का आपका ज्ञान होना चाहिए, सिविल का ज्ञान होना चाहिए, मैकेनिकल, इलेक्ट्रिकल, व्हाटनॉट. तो मल्टीपल डिपार्टमेंट्स को पढ़ करके आप माइनिंग करते हैं. और किसी भी सृष्टि को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए आपको खनिज चाहिए, चाहे विद्युत का उत्पादन करना है या कोई आपके डे टू डे लाइफ में, लेकिन उनको रॉ मटेरियल माइनर्स ही देते हैं. तो एक्सप्लॉयटेशन यदि हम लोग बात करें तो आपका एक्सप्लोरेशन से स्टार्ट होता है. एक्सप्लोरेशन टू एक्सप्लॉयटेशन, इतनी सारी विधाएं इसमें छिपी हुई हैं, आप अंदाजा नहीं लगा सकते. आप अपने लाइफ में किसी एक भी विधा को टेम कर लीजिए, यानी उस पर आप कंट्रोल कर लीजिए, तो शायद ये जीवन आपका सार्थक हो जाएगा. माइनिंग इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स को चैलेंजेस भी रहेंगे लाइफ में, और अभी चैलेंजेस थोड़े दूसरे टाइप के हो गए, जैसा कि आदरणीय तिवारी साहब ने भी बताया, आपको एक विजन दिया कि हमारा डिमांड कितना है, हमारी तैयारी कितनी है, और सोसाइटी को हमको क्या देना है, क्या छोड़ना है. COP 26 का प्रेशर बहुत सारे हैं जो हम लोग गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा डिफरेंट फॉर्म में कमिटमेंट करते रहते हैं, और आपको कंप्लाई करना पड़ता है. बात आज यह है कि आज जो कर रहे हैं, क्या कल आपको करना चाहिए, कल आपको कितना बेटर करना चाहिए, वो टाइम आ गया. सस्टेनेबिलिटी की हम लोग बात करते हैं, जस्ट ट्रांजिशन की हम लोग बात करते हैं. चूँकि ये बहुत दिनों तक इस तरह से नहीं चल सकता है। हमारा ग्रिड बहुत बढ़ता जा रहा है, जैसे कि पर कैपिटा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंजम्पशन और जहाँ भी हम स्टार्ट करते हैं करीब 1100-1200 यूनिट है, क्योंकि आने वाले दिनों में 2500 होगा। तो माइनिंग का जब ये हंस रहा है तो आने वाले दिनों में क्या होगा, तो इन्वायरमेंट के बारे में आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा। इसलिए मैं कहूँ कि इसमें अपॉर्चुनिटी इतनी है कि आप सोच नहीं सकते हैं। लेकिन कोई भी प्रोफेशन अच्छा नहीं होता है, खराब नहीं होता है। अच्छा खराब तब होता है जब आप उसको मन से नहीं करते हैं। 4 साल आप पढ़ते हैं, फ्रस्ट्रेटेड रहते हैं कि कहाँ से माइनिंग में आके फंस गया। तो लाइफ को आप एंजॉय नहीं कीजिएगा और आप आने वाले सक्सेसर को कुछ भी नहीं देते जाइएगा। तो आप ये मन में जरूर रखें कि आपका सोसाइटी के लिए ग्रेट कंट्रीब्यूशन है। आप अच्छी तालीम लें इंस्टीट्यूशन में और माइनिंग को प्रैक्टिस करें, किताबों तक ना छोड़ दें। मैं जानता हूँ कि बहुत सारे हमारे एकेडमिशियंस भी बहुत थ्योरेटिकल वे में माइनिंग को पढ़ाते हैं, लेकिन यदि थ्योरी और प्रैक्टिकल साथ चले तो पढ़ने का आनंद कुछ और होता है। हम लोग भी कॉलेज में बहुत सारे फॉर्मूलाज को रट लेते थे। रटना इसलिए पड़ता था कि आप नहीं रटेंगे तो सेमेस्टर एग्जाम पास नहीं करेंगे। अब प्रॉब्लम उनको भी होता है जो कि टॉपर्स होते हैं। तो टॉपर्स से दिक्कत होती है कि उनको पोजीशन अपनी मेंटेन करनी पड़ती है। तो एक बेटर पिल्स को आपको स्कॉलर करना पड़ता है। सेमेस्टर एग्जाम के एक दिन पहले नाइट में आप उसको मॉडल करते हैं, रिप्रोड्यूस करते हैं, लेकिन वो भी आपकी एक कैपेबिलिटी को निखारता है। तो आप थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल बनिए, इंडस्ट्री में देखिए, नेचर के साथ में कनेक्ट होइए। भविष्य बहुत स्वर्णिम और सुंदर होगा। हमें बस आज इतना ही कहना था। सबको बहुत धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर। मैं जब शुरुआत में इंट्रोडक्शन दिया था ओपी सिंह साहब का, मैं ज़्यादा बोल नहीं पाया क्योंकि इन लार्जेस्ट सब तो एनसीएल में चला गया, बट ओपी सिंह साहब अपने कंपनी में इतने ज़्यादा सरफेस माइनर रखे हैं, वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बना लिए हैं। एंड आई थिंक मोर देन 80% कोल इज फ्रॉम सरफेस माइनर, 96% कोल फ्रॉम सरफेस माइनर। और मजे की बात है, आप ब्लास्टिंग में जो कोयला प्रोड्यूस करेंगे और सरफेस माइन से कोयला प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, प्राइस बहुत जमीन आसमान का फर्क हो जाता है। यू प्रोड्यूस ए ग्रेडेड कोल विद हाई कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू। और ओपी सिंह साहब ने स्टार्टेड हिज जर्नी फ्रॉम NIT जी गवर्नमेंट इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज रायपुर। फ्रॉम देयर इट हैज बिकम NIT। आजकल सब परिवर्तन होता है, जैसे हम लोग ISM था, अभी हम लोग बन गए IIT ISM। हम लोग सब कन्वर्सन होते रहते हैं। So after graduating from NIT Raipur, he had his brilliant career in SCCL में भटगांव एरिया गया था। जो भी चीज दिखाते हैं, एक आदमी वहाँ का GM बोलते सिंह साहब की है, मैंने ओम सिंह, there are so many सिंह, बोले नहीं ओपी सिंह साहब आजकल NCL में डायरेक्टर हैं। उस दिन मैं वहाँ गया था, बहुत सारे नए माइंस को चालू किए थे। एंड अभी it is the owner's lives on PS Mishra Saab to further take into greater heights. We are proud of you, OP Singh sir. Let us felicitate OP Singh Saab with Diamond Jubilee Award. I request the chief guest to do this great job. I request OP Singh sir to address the gathering.
Please, no murmuring. क्या हो गया? क्लासरूम में क्या?
Yeah, good morning everybody. Chief guest of the session, Adharani Tiwari Sahab, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Coal. Professor Dhar, Professor P.N. Singh, Professor Jayantu, Professor Anand K. Soni, Professor Dr. G. K. Pradhan, then CMD SECL Dr. Mishra, CMD WCL Manoj Kumar Sahab, and CMD NCL Bhola Singh Sahab, and other award-winning dignitaries, Sri Piyush Kumar, Dr. D.S. Rao, Dr. Harsh Kumar, old friends, Mithal Sahab, Khalid Sahab, and many more available in this hall, and the students. It's a great honor for me that MCL has been chosen for award on sustainable mining. Few things I would like to tell about Mahanadi. जैसा डॉक्टर प्रधान ने कहा कि 96% हम surface miner से प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. Yes, surface miner has been introduced in Mahanadi long back, first time in the country, in Lakhanpur open cast mine. And the journey continued, and MCL has reached to a level of 96% of production from surface miner. We are having about 70 numbers of surface miner, and ये जो प्रोडक्शन है ये CIL का लगभग CIL प्रोड्यूस करता है करीब 50% सरफेस माइनर से, और इसमें महानदी करता है 96%. जैसा डॉक्टर प्रधान ने बताया कि ये जो एक्टिविटी है इससे काफ़ी सेविंग होती है. मीन्स ड्रिलिंग, ब्लास्टिंग कम्प्लीटली अवॉइड होता है, कहीं क्रशिंग की जरूरत नहीं होती है. So the whole saving comes to about 2,140 crores per year to MCL. So that's a very, profitable technology for us, that we are producing eco-friendly coal, as well as it's giving profit also to us. Then we do blast-free mining, that has also been introduced in MCL first time. Right now about 6 vertical rippers are there, and 10 more are to be introduced. So they are on the offering to come forward. Only few things I would like to just tell for your information sake only. I don't want to praise MCL here, that what we are doing. About 75 to 80% coal dispatch is by rail or MGR or belt. So that way we are doing. And one more thing, then I will stop. There are many things in the list. That फर्स्ट माइल कनेक्टिविटी का जो प्रोग्राम है एनसीएल में, वो अभी तो 36 मिलियन करते हैं, 24-25 तक हम 166 मिलियन कर लेंगे, और अल्टीमेटली जो कैपेसिटी हम बिल्डअप करने जा रहे हैं वो 351 मिलियन टन आरएलएस और साइलो से डिस्पैच करने का प्रोग्राम है. सो दैट द प्रोडक्शन जब बढ़ता जाएगा तो ये इसको फ्यूचर में मीट करेगा. इन्हीं दीज इंफॉर्मेशन के साथ में आप सभी को धन्यवाद फॉर गिविंग प्राइज टू महानदी कोलफील्ड्स लिमिटेड. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर. आपके कंपनी में हमारे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट जाते हैं, ट्रेनिंग लेते हैं. अभी इस बार कोल इंडिया में हमारे AKS के 15 स्टूडेंट ज्वाइन किए मैनेजमेंट ट्रेनिंग. इसका प्रीवियस बैचेस में अराउंड 7 ऑफ देम. आदित्यनाथ जी का जो कोर ग्रुप है एनवायरनमेंट में, उसमें हमारा एक स्टूडेंट है मोहम्मद राहीब, माइनिंग इंजीनियर, बीटेक फ्रॉम आवर प्लेस एंड PHU से MTech किए. ही इज ओनली माइनिंग इंजीनियर यू विल फाइंड इन द लखनऊ सेक्रेटरीट who gives various documentation and support to the Honorable Chief Minister of UP. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट बहुत सारी जगह में पहुंच गए हैं. मैं तो कन्वर्टेड प्रोफेसर हूँ, जैसे आजकल कन्वर्सन होता है. मैंने जिंदगी भर प्राइवेट पब्लिक सेक्टर में रहा, फिर मिनिस्ट्री में रहा. नॉट लाइक प्रोफेसर धार एंड TNC, दे आर द बॉर्न प्रोफेसर्स. ऐसे एक शख्स के बारे में बताऊँ, मनोज कुमार जी, मल्टीफेसेटेड है. उनके बारे में मैं सबसे कम लिखा हूँ इसीलिए है कि मैं ये सारा चीज मैं ही लिखा हूँ, थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर से थोड़ा देखा। मनोज कुमार जी को कोल माइनिंग के अलावा बाकी सब में इनका बड़ी जोर रहता है। इनके माइंस में मैं विजिट किया, वहाँ देखा प्रॉब्लम इतना है कि आप डॉक्यूमेंट करेंगे तो 2-3 साल लग जाएगा, इतना प्रॉब्लम से WCL some of them very aging mines, oldest of them, Fence area and this entire sector in near Chindwara. Luckily, Chandrapur area is supporting backup support for giving them the excellent records in Kolkata. But they got a legacy of coal mining in Pench and adjoining areas with a lot of problems. नहीं गिन सकता, मैं गया वहाँ देखा माइन है कहाँ, सब तो बंद पड़ा सारे पूरा। गेस्ट हाउस आई स्टेड इज वन ऑफ द ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस टू स्टे, ओल्ड ब्रिटिश टाइप गेस्ट हाउस। हमारे कॉलेज साहब भी मेरे साथ गए थे। They have ventured into some new areas. कोयला तो सब प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं इन्होंने, कोयला टारगेट्स एक्सीडेड वेरी मच। They come up with water. Water is lot of money. हिंदुस्तान को वाटर बिजनेस is more than 30,000 crores. Water venture is really इस कोल इज ब्लैक है, ब्लैक से हट के पानी में आ गए, पानी में आते आते नदी में गिर गए। नदी मतलब बालू। बालू इज अ बिग थिंग, आई एम टेलिंग यू। जितने भी आप बालू देख रहे हैं, दे आर नॉट लीगल बिकॉज एज पर सुप्रीम ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट, बालू इज नॉट सपोज्ड टू बी यूज्ड इन एनी कंस्ट्रक्शन। WCL took the pioneering step into converting the overburden into sand production. In South India, it is very popularly known as M sand, manufactured sand. सर आपका सैंड आ जाने से हमारे सारे नदियाँ फिर से हरा भरा हो जाएंगे, बिकॉज सैंड इज द, जैसे हमारे ब्लड बॉडी में ब्लड सर्कुलेशन कंट्रोल्ड बाई many other things, sand is an integral part of the life of every river. Sand को जो आप manufacture sand को अभी दे रहे हैं, and you have signed an MOU with Moyle also. I went there into Moyle, they've told that they are going to use for their sandstone in stoping operations. And अभी हाल में continuous miner भी आप लोग चालू कर दिए हैं with MDO concept. So, to honor you, sir, is our pleasure. Let us request our chief guest to honor Sri Manoj Kumar ji. हम सब junior senior है, so I speak lot of about them. Hey, thank you, sir. Manoj sir. It's time for you to speak.
नमस्कार सभी को। आज के चीफ गेस्ट श्री तिवारी साहब, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी कोल, प्रोफेसर धर, प्रोफेसर TN सिंह साहब, प्रोफेसर जयंतु, प्रोफेसर सोनी, CMDs श्री मिश्रा साहब, श्री भोला सिंह साहब, श्री OP सिंह साहब, उपस्थित आज और भी जो अवॉर्डीज आज के हैं, सिम्फर के साइंटिस्ट हैं, और सतना AKS सतना के स्टूडेंट्स, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन। एक्चुअली आज का ये अवार्ड WCL की टीम को मिला है, जिस मेहनत के साथ एनवायरमेंट सस्टेनेबिलिटी के लिए काम करते हैं। तो मैं WCL टीम की ओर से आप सबका धन्यवाद देता हूँ। डालाता है, मिनरल है, पेड़ काटने पड़ते हैं, दुगने पेड़ भी लगाने पड़ते हैं, एनवायरनमेंट के लिए। अब तक हमने लगभग 2 करोड़ पेड़ लगाए हैं और हर साल लक्ष्य मतलब बढ़ाते हैं। लास्ट ईयर 4,60,000, इस साल 5,20,000 हम पेड़ लगा रहे हैं। तो ये एनवायरनमेंट के लिए पेड़ लगाना एक हमारी नैतिक जिम्मेदारी के रूप में है। प्रधान साहब लगातार हमसे संपर्क में, मैं इनकी किताबें पढ़ के हमने आगे फर्स्ट क्लास भी किया है। ब्लास्टिंग के बारे में इनकी बहुत फेमस टेंडर फ्लोटेड है। अगर आ जाता है तो इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा प्लांट बनेगा वो, 0.67 मिलियन टन पर एनम का। बालू जैसा आपने कहा सर, बालू हम ओवी टू सैंड बनाते हैं। ऑलरेडी हमारे 2000 क्यूबिक मीटर पर डे का एक प्लांट है। कैसे ज्यादा उसमें से उत्पादन कर सके। लीगेसी माइंस है, 54 माइंस है, 21 अंडरग्राउंड है, 33 ओपन कास्ट माइंस है, 28 है। कंटिन्यूअस माइनर के बारे में देता हूँ सर, उस पार्ट में है कोयले की उत्पत्ति से विकास से लेके फिजिक्स के बहुत सारे प्रिंसिपल्स को लेते हुए उसमें अब बहुत कुछ उसमें आपको देखने को मिलेगा। कैसे एक जमीन को जो ऐसे ही पड़ी हुई थी उसको कितना अच्छा पार्क में डेवलप किया जा सकता है। अब तक करीब 3.5 लाख लोगों का फुटफॉल हो चुका है। कुछ दिनों पहले हमने महाराष्ट्र स्टेट के मिनिस्टर के साथ में, उनके डायरेक्टर के साथ में एमओयू किया हमने, ताकि लोग उसमें टूरिज्म के रूप में वहां आए। उसमें एक अंडरग्राउंड माइन ले जाते हैं। हमने सामने बगल में हमारा ओपन कास्ट है अदासा, वहीं पे एक मंदिर है बहुत फेमस, गणपति जी का मंदिर है, इको पार्क घूमे, तो एक टूरिज्म सर्किल डेवलप किया है सर। तो हम लगातार एनवायरमेंट सस्टेनेबिलिटी पर ध्यान देते हैं, कोशिश करते हैं। स्वीपिंग मशीन्स हमारे पास, ये सब करते हुए सर लगातार हम 2 बार कोल मिनिस्टर सस्टेनेबिलिटी अवार्ड हम जीत चुके हैं सर। आगे भी पर्यावरण का ध्यान रखते हैं। थैंक यू।
अवार्ड फंक्शन के अंतिम कड़ी में एक टॉवरिंग पर्सनालिटी को मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा। ये डॉक्टर PS मिश्रा साहब ने, ये वेरी गुड ऑरेटर। उनका कैप्शन में मैं लिखा हूँ फॉर हिज एक्सेलेंस इन अंडरग्राउंड कोल माइनिंग। जब हम लोग ISM में पढ़ते थे 80% 90% करीब कोयला आता था अंडरग्राउंड से और 10% आता था ओपन कास्ट में। एज ए चेयरमैन का मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर ऑफ ECL, डॉक्टर मिश्रा का नेतृत्व में झांझरा could touch and cross more than 3 million tons of coal, जो कोई सोच नहीं सकते। 3 million tons from coal from underground is equivalent to 30 million tons of coal from open cast। ये हमें गणित हम लोग बैठाए थे, taking into account the problems। आजकल सबसे बेहतर हो गया लैंड, कोयला मिल जाएगा आपको मगर लैंड नहीं मिलेगा, पहुंचोगे कैसे? तो झांझरा को जो स्टेबलाइज कर दिए more than 3 million tons of coal from underground, it is one of the greatest achievements of Dr. Mishra because he came from his neighborhood of BCCL। वहाँ उन्होंने काफी problems देखे हैं, राइट फ्रॉम मुनिटी सुदानी से लेके फिर बीच में उड़ीसा चले गए, मिनरल डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन का डायरेक्टर बने। एंड झांझरा स्टेबिलिटी के चलते हम लोग आज उनको ऑनर कर रहे हैं एज ए अंडरग्राउंड पर्सनालिटी। एंड वी आर अगेन जूनियर सीनियर रिश्ता है हम लोगों का। आई रिक्वेस्ट आवर चीफ गेस्ट टू फेलिसिटेट डॉक्टर PS मिश्रा। Dr. Mishra, we would like to hear from you.
प्रणाम। आप सबका आदर, अभिवादन, अभिनंदन, आदाब और आभार।
outset, I'd like to thank the Indian Mining and Engineering General for awarding the Southeastern Coalfields Limited to our over there, but the contribution made by me in the issue. So thank you so much, the Indian Mining and Engineering General. Respected Sri Tiwari Sahab, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Coal. Respected professors, Professor T.N. Singh, Professor Bharat, Professor Jentu, respected CMDs of and the leaders of the different coal companies, respected academicians, scientists, the students, the learned wisdom, and everybody participating in today's program. It's really a matter of pride, pleasure, privilege, and proud for me to be a part of this ceremony over here. There I am amidst the galaxy of the mining engineers, not only mining engineers, but the Khanan Manishis. And if one has to define this term Khanan Manishi, तो किसी भी युग में अगर इसका सर्वश्रेष्ठ पर्यायवाची हो सकता है तो हो सकता है अगर खनन मनीषी बोले या प्रोफेसर टी.एन. सिंह बोले या प्रोफेसर बी.पी. धर बोले। युग कोई भी हो, समय कोई भी हो, अंतराल कोई भी हो, ये दोनों उसके पर्यायवाची हैं, समानार्थी हैं। Around 22 years, 23 years back, when I was preparing for my first class mining examination, so that time, for clarity of the few of the mining concepts, when it was not, evident and deciphered from the books, so the only reference point was some article written by either Professor T.N. Singh or Professor B.B. Dhar, so that to clarify on those matters. So I'm really happy that I don't know that amongst the person, I don't want to say also it was the mining or the mining engineering, but when we heard about but we heard a lot of they are the leaders, and if right now we have only one challenge in the mining sector, to my mind that appears to be the leadership challenge. Because to the outside world it appears that mining is one industry, but honestly speaking, mining is not one industry. It is a conglomerate of industries where different activities are influenced by some intensive processes, the commodity prices, the weather, the socio-political and the political legal system, and so many social innovations are needed from day one to the completion of that mine or that project once it's done. So, being a conglomerate of the industries, the biggest challenge right now and the future for the mining sector will be the leadership challenge. So I think all the youth over here who are here and the academicians who are teaching them, the only one thing I think if that is with thought is that how to overcome those leadership challenges and how to define those leadership challenges. To my mind, it comes that it can be n number, but if you have to identify 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, then the first leadership challenge is in the form of can we pave the path for the sustainable development of the sustainable mining? Are we competent enough? Are we able to envision? Can you visualize the future scenario where the intergenerational equity or the intergeographical equity or the issues of either the environmental or the social or governance can be addressed together so that the path of sustainable mining is ensured? That's the biggest challenge right now, where which all the the mining community or the mining sector has. The second challenge which emerges, it comes in the form of that can we devise some future-proof strategies so that our manpower doesn't become redundant. On a daily basis, some sort of some technological or technical disruptions are taking place. Some new technology is coming into picture. That imitation gap theory is being challenged on the regular basis. Under those circumstances, can we ensure that our present manpower doesn't become redundant tomorrow, and what with either the skilling or the re-skilling or some sort of providing the skill set to them so that they cope up with the future challenges. So that again also becomes sort of the second, the leadership challenge. Well, the third challenge which comes to the mining sector may be defined in the form of can we go for integrating our business processes or can we go for integrating the business? Integration may be either of some sort of forward integration or some sort of backward integration, because just mining out coal and putting it to siding, unless until you create some sort of value either to the company or to the customer, it won't last long in the future. So we have to integrate our industry, some sort of value-added products. Whatsoever you are mining, that may be the third biggest challenge. And fourth, certainly that is the challenge of the social innovation, because the society, the environment, all the stakeholders, they are demanding a lot of things from the business leaders, from the mining leaders, and then coming to their expectancy level by dividing certain tools and techniques of either the management, or that always we tell that this could be done, this should be done. That could be and should be converted to will be. क्या उसके लिए हमारे पास जोश है, जज्बा है, जुनून है? Are we passionate enough that if we say something that this has to be done, means this will be done. This could have been done, this should have been done, so that the situation would have been different tomorrow. So let us convert that could be and should be into will be. I think that is also one of the leadership challenges which we have to keep in my mind. And again, I thank you, the Indian Mining and Engineering, for awarding us. And thank you so much. Thank you, and I wish all the best.
सनफ्लैग इंडस्ट्रीज के डिप्टी एमडी साहब का फ्लाइट में काफी डिसरप्शन हुआ है, so उनके चीफ ऑफ माइंस डॉक्टर मणिकर will receive on his behalf. I request the chief guest please and pass it over to Dr. Manikar, please. Actually, Sunflag has got a coal mine, Belgaum, or they have got 3-4 manganese mines. They are going for more number of coal mines with no addition of coal blocks. इन्होंने इतना सस्टेन किया है एंड उनका माइन में विजिट किया. In the days of competition, they could survive to run their underground mine safely and successfully. Thank you very much, sir. I request Professor T.N. Singh to present memento to all our distinguished guests. To Mr. Anand Soni. To Professor Dhar. हम भूल नहीं जाएंगे, इसलिए हम साथ में एक सर्टिफिकेट भी दिए ताकि इट विल डेकोरेट योर ड्राइंग रूम. To Professor Jaintur. अच्छा बहुत साल बाद जयंत साहब जल्दी ये दोनों कलीग हैं, कौन सीनियर कौन जूनियर है टाइम डिसाइड करें. We are thankful to our chief guest of the day, Sri V.K. Tiwari sir. Despite a very busy schedule in the afternoon, after 3 o'clock, he will be joining the mining conclave. He is with us. Let us felicitate him and give a big hand.
sir. I request to Professor Jayantu to present the vote of thanks in the shortest possible time. Okay, just a minute. Sir?
मैं बोल ही रहा था कि एम सिंह साहब को भी तो
अरे सर मेरे को आज तक कोई चीज में नाम नहीं बोलने वाला एक ही सर्जन है टीएन सिंह साहब. सो आई एम थैंकफुल टू तिवारी सर, याद दिला दिए. टीएन सिंह साहब बोले मैं इनवाइट करूंगा सभी को. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ यू हैव गॉट ए लेटर रिटन बाय आईआईटी पटना. एक्चुअली मेरा जिंदगी में बड़ा ख्वाब था आईआईटी में पढ़ूंगा, बीटेक करूंगा. जब छोटे में जाते थे खड़गपुर पास करते हुए आईआईटी देखते थे, पिताजी बोलते आईआईटी नहीं मिला, आईएसएम मिल गया. किस्मत ऐसे हुआ आईएसएम बिकम आईआईटी. So but they are all born IITians. I request please. I request Tiwari sir to present to do the great job. Jen Singh साहब का है. आप लोग भी जाइए पटना आईआईटी, ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस टू स्टे. He has got a beautiful guest house. With these words, I request Jayantu sir, please. Actually टीवी का इफेक्ट हो जाता है ना वो करेक्ट.
Honorable dignitaries and guests, faculty, ladies and gentlemen. I know everybody is looking at their watch. अभी 12 बज गया, अभी खत्म होगा उतना अच्छा होगा. So I try to take very less time. I take it as a proud privilege to give vote of thanks to all our dignitaries who spend their time on behalf of Indian Mining and Engineering Journal as a chief editor, and also as a founder, board of studies and academic council member for AKS University Mining Engineering Department. So it is my great privilege in both ways. Today we could not have which we have given in our journal. Those who are copies, others will be having it shortly. And also in the soft copy we have been sending to everybody. So message of goodwill for a long time. This type of innovative and unique event, as already our dignitaries told about this, this is being done for the first time, where we involve all our beloved students from different parts of the different states of the country. And this is more than a century. I know there are more than 100, and that may also increase maybe after some time. They may be late, but in the next events also they will join. And of course we missed our Secretary Saab in this, and we thank for his encouragement and the unique message and encourage us to conduct this type of program. And our Sri V.K. Tiwari Saab, as the Additional Secretary of Ministry of Coal, Government of India, he has been a great source of inspiration for conducting this, and we thank him to spare his valuable time. We know how busy they have been, and to address our students especially. And our students are highly privileged, and I hope they learn students directly instead of just learning from the books which were written, maybe published 20 years back based on the experience of 50 years back. But now the present situation, what and where we stand in India as far as mining engineering is concerned, along with our CMDs, we have so many years, then I am sure our students have benefited even that. And as a part of this Diamond Jubilee celebrations for our Indian Mining and Engineering Journal. So my beloved Guru,
Professor Darsa. He has been our source of inspiration all the time. He was my teacher in Bharat University. Sir, when you took our first class, that was about the stress analysis for the MTech. And I am sure you have been not only teaching and an inspiration for stress-free life also, for doing great things in life. That is already there by his, and I had another opportunity to work under him. He was a director of CMRS, Central Mining Research Station, when I was there from 89 for a decade. And Sahab, jab aaya tha uska my first time, then still I remember your gracious first visit to the departments where our Harsh was also now maybe sitting, where I was sitting with along with PK Singh, Madan, aapko to yaad hai. So where you came and said, ये substation station क्या होता है? The name should be changed. Right. Then I think within couple of months it was changed to Central Mining Research Institute. Already Pradhan Sahab. Yes, sir. Yeah. So I could remember still that time how it was done. And sir has been an eminent scholar all the time and inspiration for so many generations. I am sure by his presence, gracious presence here, our students from different states, they must have got benefited. And anytime, sir, on WhatsApp also, he is available to respond to you. Sir, you kindly bless them all the time whenever they come, because you are our senior most. Then I thank you, sir, for this, spending your valuable time here. And our friend and chairman, Dr. PNC, chairman for our Jubilee celebration, Golden Jubilee celebration. So he made us feel comfortable to celebrate this by his gracious presence, this Golden Jubilee celebration. And I thank all the award winners for accepting our award, and I congratulate them on behalf of Indian Mining and Engineering Journal. And I hope our Indian mining sector will also congratulate and to have their support and association all the time for betterment of our mining community or mining conditions, whatever, for the sustainable mining where we are trying to land into in future, but that has become only like a dream. But the net zero, whatever Tiwari Saab said, it was before 2040 seems postponed to 50, then to 60, now it is 70, 2070. But sir, in net zero conferences, we used to say, you consider the carrying capacity also. Our mother has a lot of carrying capacity, sincere in implementing all the measures. And they are all champions as far as their fields are concerned, and then whether it is for energy security or whatever raw material security, they did a lot of work. And Mr. Piyush, OSD Ministry Coal, and Dr. Verma, our is there, and all those are entrepreneurs, innovators, and they too need to be thankful to steer our Indian mining research beyond 2030. Then our Ankit, as Dr. Pradhan Sahab introduced from Nepal, so he is our guest student in that way. He needs your blessings to grow in our neighboring country. We are not growing just alone, we also take care of our neighbors. So let us bless him, and without support of our sponsors like NCL, MCL and AKS University, we could not conduct like this, but they made it a successful event. I hope it is a grand success. In that way, our thanks are also due to Sri Bhola Singh Sahab and O.P. Singh Sahab, then our Mishra Sahab, Dr. Mishra Sahab, and also our engineer Anand Soni Sahab for accepting our award, and then they have given such a valuable advice to our next generations. I could see a generation ahead who can get inspired and motivated by whatever you all said, sir. I am sure. Then Mr. Manoj Kumar Sahab, he has given such a experiences, all the CMDs. It is a good forum where they could share their experiences. मैं बोलता हूँ ये तो बहुत जोश के साथ जब बोला गया था, then उतना ही जोश के साथ स्टूडेंट में भी भरा होगा, and definitely they will carry forward. Misra साहब, जैसे you have given wonderful challenges, whether it is a leadership challenge and all, and ultimately they must have learned now from our seniors, forefathers, whatever we say, ultimately to step into eco-friendly mining where Mother Earth is our mother giving milk minerals, and then we babies both should be happy. That is what is the ultimate eco-friendly mining, and your talk and your inspiration definitely will pave a way and open new vistas for this. And most papers to be presented upon, we have 2 sessions designed for it. And one more thing is, I am very happy that we could make it hybrid mode. We have not declared before. And there are many people not only in this country, other country also they are watching. You must have seen. I used to send to so many people, those who are here, inside and outside, in other country also. They are watching us. And I am also thankful to them because they could spare and then try to learn something more. Because we cannot teach anybody unless they are interested to learn. Right. So most papers will be presented in the 2 sessions, and that treasure of knowledge what they could acquire, our students, they will be presenting it, and they are all teaching based education, let me say, with my little experience as a professor over 16 years, that is outcome based education. They are following, and now this is one of that where we are following. अभी बहुत ज़्यादा समय नहीं देना चाहिए, अभी हमारा बड़ा भैया इधर-उधर घूम रहे हैं. So print media and ladies and gentlemen, they made us feel proud with their presence. Not only that, behind any successful man there is also woman, and now I could see some successful professors and deputy director generals or some very senior. We are happy to have them. And not only that, many are there online. I could see in my whatever. So we are all thankful for everybody, and ultimately it is thanks to all those who I could not take the names to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Jayantu. Actually, Professor Jayantu ने योगा काफी कराते हैं, so he has got a fluency in talking. Let us join for national anthem, and thereafter we'll have high tea in our meeting. Thank you.
भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाए तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे।
भारत माता की
जय।
Please join us for the tea, late tea. Students, please stay back. Let our guest have the tea with us. Students, please continue here. Technical papers you line up with the Major Das Gupta, sir.
As a result, yes, mine sector has decided to only source renewable energy.
Can I go to the next slide, please? And it's a new modification. So, government of India is decided to go in terms of its green energy. As earlier stated that by 2030, the India will produce about 500 gigawatts of energy as substitution in the whole energy sector. But in the recent parliament session, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman said that energy, but as it stated earlier, it not included that 1 ton of carbon emission won't be neglected. So we are getting to the point that we have to meet today's needs, and we have to forecast tomorrow's needs, and we have to at the same time we have to reduce the carbon emission by 1 ton. This is a brainstorming. So the government of India decided for the going the clean coal technology. In that terms we are going. Sir, can you go to the next slide, please?
Sir, side change.
So our Honorable Chief Minister said that on the 75th annual the Independence Day, that by the 100th Independence Day, India will be getting Aatmanirbhar. So the dependency on the other states for our energy needs and for the industrial needs, we are not going to rely on other countries, except in the case of emergencies and the need unavoidable. So we, in order to meet this thing, we are 100 million ton of carbon coal gasification. So there is a I think maybe you might wondering that the same thing what sir said that before, additional secretary of Ministry of Mines. This is the same, the ministry and Ministry of Mines with this venture, and according next slide please. Conversion of clean coal technology is going into 3 stages. First is from 2022 to 2022, and it is the final initially. So to pick up the phase, we are only going for the 4 million tons, and eventually it pick up its capacity in 2030. Next slide. So by producing coal, and coal doesn't mean it only used to the energy in the form of power, electricity, or but it can also now used in the secondary derivative products. So as we know that most of the petrochemicals and other etc. are exported from Arabic countries, and as per the reports from the Ministry of Mines, $50 billion are the foreign exchange trade by which we are buying from. We are using this coal methane as the secondary derivative products. So these are the few secondary derivative products, and I mentioned it clearly in my article that methanol and olefins and DME, these are the secondary derivative products which can be used as a secondary products. Next slide, please. Methanol, and as India, around 85% of India's fuel in terms of petrochemicals, it is exported from the other countries. So mixing the fuel with 15% of methanol, it can give a better efficiency, and this can be used in the transportation vehicles and etc. This might be a replacement of petrochemicals which are not that much of producing from our country. And these are the statistical data that how the methane imports are getting. That you can see that the production and the demand and the capacity, and we are not meeting our capacity of production also. See, our capacity is running at around 0.474, and we are going just only 0.21, the 2014 to 2015, as further also. So this thing is making, so methanol can be produced from coal-based methane. So this can be substitute of exporting from other countries. And these are the second derivative products. Next slide, please. And fertilizers, and in the manufacturing of iron, we need taking coal, and we are lagging behind our peaking coal, and we are mostly by using syngas and derivatives we can introduce into the manufacturing of latex and syntax this in the manufacturing of steel. Next slide please. Ammonium nitrate, as we are in the mining industry, the most of the ammonium nitrates are produced from syngas, which is exported. The eastern states are supplied from the Vizag, and western part is the most of them coming from the Arab country. So these coal derivatives can be used and penny or corporate at least of the 10% of the production. I have to gasify the coal to substitute the 10% of 10% to substitute the 100 million ton of so to meet the challenge of net 70% net 0% to 2070. So Coal India appointed a nodal officer for execution of this project. So there are many challenges that this thing is happening, but the front step is made on the 27th of this last month. CIL came with a memorandum of understanding with the GAIL and other BHEL other companies to give them the these products for their utilization, and this may play a very important role in the upcoming days. And the challenges are: is this economic, and not only Coal India, Naivalli Lignite also is a part of taking the surface. Coal gasification is not new to India, but surface coal gasification is new to India. So yet to know what are the things to be happen, and hoping for the best. And here I want to conclude that the Indian energy securities are good enough, and that's why we are using this electricity, uninterrupted electricity. But the thing is that this coal is not fully some part of coal and other fuels. Not we are taking about energy security wholly coal, but petrochemicals other are exported from other countries. So we can't take this thing as a source of energy sector because it is affected by the geopolitical politics. So we want to be Aatmanirbhar, self-reliant. So this coal gasification can this coal gasification helps to be Aatmanirbhar. Thank you. Sorry, and the forum is open for any questions.
Is there any question? Query you can ask it to encourage our students. But that question, either it should be sweet or it should be beautiful. Either of these two. Any queries? Otherwise, no problem. All these papers are there in our journal. Anybody can read it. Later also they can interact with the office. So now we will move to the paper. Yeah. Now this is about related to NLP based methods, and it is by Aatmanirbhar and others. Who is presenting? Please come on. Yes. So Aatmanirbhar will be presenting.
बोल रहे हैं कि एक छोटा सा कम साल आपको बताते हैं इसको बोल रहे कि बोला तो सब तुम बोल अभी आके फिर से अभी 2 मिनट पहले से बोल रहे यार तो बोलना यार कैसे बोलना किसी ने पूरा महीने की
Warm wishes to everyone present inside this hall. I would like to thank sir and respected all the members of the panel to give the opportunity for speaking in front of you all. I am here to discuss the work of my paper, which the topic of which goes as the natural language processing based method for analysis of DGMS, accurate and facilities reports for both coal and non-coal mines. The basic USP of our paper is that in every year the DGMS comes up with the report which has the detailed description of all the accidents, all the fatalities happen inside the mines. But the reading and taking the useful information from that report and analyzing take a huge amount of time. It's quite a daunting task. and it is also a very error-prone task because to analyze such long reports with the human resource is it's quite a difficult task for a human being to achieve it with a greater efficiency. So, can you change the slide, please? Here are the table content of the presentation. You can skip that. As the Indian economy is greatly reliant on the mining sector for 5 trillion economy by 24 to 2025. We have to make technological intervention in mining industry to achieve this goal with the greater efficiency. You can also change it. And now the previously worked in the countries like China and USA, this type of NLP based method has been used, but in India currently there haven't been any such attempt to use it. I and my professor was the first one to try to do that. You can see that. In the DGMS website, there are reports available in the PDF format. We have to just extract it from there, and with the help of using NLP libraries and NLP Python libraries, computer libraries, we can extract that PDF file for the reports directly and convert that PDF format into text format. This all can be done by just using an NLP tool and few of the libraries. NLP, in few words, I would like to gain your attention towards what NLP is. The full form of NLP stands for Natural Language Processing, and it basically gives the ability to the computer to read, think, and listen just like we human beings do. For example, we read a page and we give a summary of that report. So machine can also do that. Machine can also speak. We all use Google Translator. This is all a part of natural language processing. This is the methodology and the workflow of the methodology that has been followed throughout this paper. Initially, the PDF file from DGMS website was taken, and that PDF format was converted to the text file, and then the fertility report text that was convenient and that was most important. For example, the number of deaths happened, the occupation of the people suffering from the accident, the age, the gender, the location, all these things we have to extract out that, and after that we have to apply text mining and NLP method for extracting that data, and that using some libraries we can convert that report file to a tabular form of data. So we can also easily, within few minutes, we can visualize the useful information of the thousands pages of reports, and we can also use further NLP for making some sort of prediction and prepare ourselves for crisis events. This is the example of how the data was written when it was converted to using the NLP tool. You can see, you can have a look. There are district, time, mine, state, accident reasons, the name of person affected, whether the accident was fatal or not. These all things are included in that. You can change it. And after getting the tabular form of data, we can easily plot the graphs for both coal mines and non-coal mines. This is the graph for coal mine, the state-wide accident that had happened from the year 2010 to 2016. And that is the state-wide accident happened from 2010 to 2016 in non-coal mines. But from this graph, you can clearly see that for the coal mines, Jharkhand has faced maximum number of accidents, and there Rajasthan has faced maximum number of accidents, followed by respective states. And similarly, these are some other results from the paper. You can clearly see it's mentioned in the paper also. And it's clearly saying that it's the occupational wise accidents for non-coal and coal mines. You can change that. And here is these are the top 10 companies which have encountered the maximum number of accidents with the number of fatalities. Here the most important point which I have came across is that it is not necessary that if the number of accidents are happening more in the mine, so fatality will also be more. It can happen that even a single accident can cause huge number of fatalities. So whenever we are designing that risk matrix, we have to keep in mind both the things. First, the frequency of the accident occurring, and second, how much damage that accident can make. For example, if the accident is very prone to happen, but it's not that much fatal, so we should keep that accident type very low in the risk matrix. But if the accident is happening, the chance of accident happening is very less. But so we have to keep that accident type higher in the risk matrix. Please.
जो वहाँ बोल रहे उसका
And another part of NLP was that in this report the reason was mentioned. For each accident happened, the interview was taken, and the people present inside have given the reason according to them. What was the reason for the accident? So using those reasons, we can generate the word cloud using NLP. As clearly from the word cloud of the non-gold mines, we can see that the roof fall from height. These are the major causes of accidents. And similarly, the injuries, the dumper, the excavator, these were the causes of the major part of accident. So with this word cloud, we don't have to read the 1,000 pages. We can get the overview very easily, and when we get this keyword, we can also in future generate some automated thing, which if we will give suppose it will give the reason, probable reason, it will give us the type of the accident in return. Okay, yeah, it's okay. Just change it. This is the conclusion. The conclusion is, as I said, if we will use this the work in the paper in our daily life, so the huge daunting task which is done by humans of reading reports and analyzing it can be done with the help of computer machine within few minutes or few seconds. Thank you. Any questions?
Next, role of innovation and
you can discuss it since you have got very cold. Wherever he is here, you can during the lunch hour you discuss whatever questions you have got.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next paper. Role of innovation and mechanization in mining industry. Step towards Aatmanirbhar Bharat by N. Jagdish and Manish Kumar.
Sir, he's presenting. Manish, go. I will manage that.
In 5 minutes time and right.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. Let me introduce myself to you. I am N. Jagdish, student of mining engineering from AKS University, Satna. The purpose of today's presentation is to shed more light on role of innovation and mechanization in mining industry. Let us come to the presentation. As we all know that technology is rapidly developing around the world from day to day and time to time. And innovations are being made in every sector and in every field. As we all know, mining is a backbone for India's economy, but it is a well-known fact that mining is less technologically developed than other industries. So to make our position in global market, we should adopt the latest innovative ideas for higher efficiency, safer working conditions, and get more productivity from our mines. And to fulfill our ambitious projects like Make in India, Mining India, leading towards the Aatmanirbhar Bharat, we should adopt latest innovative activities right from starting stage exploration to exploitation stage in our mine. Next slide. As we all know that the mining cycle starts with exploration stage. Mining cycle starts with exploration stage. Exploration plays a crucial role in development planning and everything. So the results obtained from exploration are crucial for mine development to estimate overage of 10% back waste material removed, and the planning and the working conditions is planned according to the results obtained from exploration stage. And the main problem in the exploration stage is the storage of core obtained from the drill holes. So to bypass this problem, a instrument known as core scanner instrument is used. The core scanner instrument scans the core obtained from the boreholes digitally, and we can access it whenever we want and prepare and conduct studies on the core. Next slide. This is core scanner instrument, and it is a 3D scanned digital image of the core. And by using this instrument, preservation storage problem can be reduced. And it's planning nowadays, right from the exploration stage to rehabilitation stage, planning is become a crucial part in the mine. The modern softwares are used to plan the mine in 3D, so we can get better efficiency and working condition. Next slide. These are the plans produced by the softwares like ERDS in mining planning. Next slide. Drilling. In every operation of mining, we work with the drilling operations, right from in exploration, core drilling takes drilling operations, and in blasting we do drilling, and for supporting in underground mines we do drilling. So the machines used in drilling gradually changes from jackhammer to jumbo drills. As it is a known fact that rate of extraction is directly proportional to the rate of drilling. So as an innovative idea in drilling, a underground based MCR is used in surface for core recovery in lead and zinc mines for shallow depths. But the results are shocking. It gives greater efficiency in surface drilling. Next slide. The rate of extraction is 2.1 meter, observed as 2.1 meter per hour, whereas the surface rig only gives 1.33 meter per hour. It saves a lot of time. Next slide. In surveying, as we all know that the mining operations is based on the accuracy of the survey. So continuous efforts are made for the accuracy, like total station, DJ-based instrument, land scanner, and for the measurement of borehole deviation, an instrument known as the borehole deviation survey instrument is used for measuring the deviation of borehole, so that the boreholes can be made exactly in whatever position we want. It's like coal mining. When we talk about the hard mining, the first thing comes in our mind is coal, because 40% of the area, the 71% of the coal produced is utilized in the generation of electricity. So when we consider the mining of coal, it is observed in two methods, open cast method and underground methods. In open cast method, utilization of HEMM is possible because there is no space constraint. A large space is available and there is no risk of gases, ventilation. So for production and transportation, large equipment like drag line, bucket wheel excavator, shovel dumper combination, surface miner is being introduced to increase the productivity of the mine. Next slide. These are bucket pits of those. Next. When we consider the underground mining, India is traditionally accustomed to boat and pillar method of mining. So the scope of continuous miner is enormous in Indian conditions, but moreover this scope is limited to a certain depth, up to 350 meters. After 350 meters of depth, the only possible method in Indian conditions is longwall mining. But the longwall mining has to make serious inroad operations in Indian conditions. For boat and pillar, we use continuous miner, and the underground mining equipment are continuous miner and power support longwall equipment. As these are not new to the industry, mining industry, but continuous efforts are made to increase their techno-economical parameters. As a latest innovation, an instrument known as bolter miner is introduced. That is the combination of continuous miner. That is the combination of both continuous miner and quad bolter. So it makes the name continuous miner more continuous operation. So by using the bolter miner, we can cut the core and support the roof in the same time. And next year. And it is known as the longwall visual analysis. It is a software developed by the Australia, and it is being utilized in 15 mines of Australia to monitor the shock shield supports, shearer position, and to store, not only monitor, and to store all the data obtained from various slopes, and so we can do a better planning in further future. So next slide please. Innovations in safety. As we are now, mining is more exposed to hazardous waste. So to work in these conditions, the mechanization are operated remotely. So the operator, a worker who is operating the machine can stand and can work from the safer places, so there is no risk of exposure. And in some companies, digital PPE kits are provided to the workers to monitor their movements in the machines. That leads to efficient working and leads to productivity. Not only this, in metal mining, plaster filling is used that supports the crown pillar, sill pillar. We can extract ore from crown pillar and sill pillar to paste filling. Sorry, it's not plaster filling, it's paste filling. So we can extract from the ore those. Not only this, slope monitoring systems, to measure the slopes. So these all are innovative ideas. So we should adopt latest innovative technologies and mechanization from exploration stage to exploitation stage and rehabilitation stage to get the more productivity. Next slide, please. Next slide. So I want to say that innovations and mechanization should be made in every possible field, from exploration stage to exploitation stage and rehabilitation stage, to use our resources maximum and to mark our position in global market and to fulfill our ambitious projects like Aatmanirbhar Bharat. So the innovation is an hourly need to the mining industry. Thank you for the attention.
Now there is a paper, Security Challenges and Best Practices by IoT. I understand that the students have given to Professor Jayantu to give a bit.
So this paper is by Veerangi Sharan and Madhavan Mallesh and Khaja Mohinuddin. It seems that they are feeling very shy, maybe in short time is there. So they wanted to explain for more than half an hour, 20 minutes. So I am making it little brief about this. They tried in this paper to explain what are these IoT. I don't know whether they have a PPT, they can share it here. Within 1 to 2 minutes I will say about this. The reason is many of my PhD scholars are from computer science, electronics and electrical and instrumentation. They are also working on these IoT applications, wireless sensor network and cloud and view computing, fog computing. So in that way, just I thought, without saying anything, you should not leave the paper just like that. They made a lot of efforts. And of course, those who are interested, definitely they can read. It is already given in the text and the page number 54 in our journal, which is October. It is already there. In that, they nicely explain a more critical review. Within 30 seconds, a critical review of what is this IoT and then security issues and all that dwell upon.
हो गया एक और पेपर एकोमोडेट कर देते हैं 4 minutes. Next paper जो है it was not CO2 emission and reduction. Rajesh, are you ready? You come. You have got just 4 minutes, 5 minutes time. Quick. And after this paper, the first session will be over. The second session will be taken over.
Good afternoon, all the dignitaries and all my colleagues and ordinary students. This is Rajesh Surya, Professor, Department of Mining Engineering from Sardar Patel University, Bharat. Actually, the main purpose behind this presentation is all about the CO2 emission and the reduction. As all of you know that climate change is a very big problem. And what about it? Because burning fossil fuels creates a greenhouse industry. They are involving $1 billion with the CCS process. What is CCS? CCS is clearly basically a method where we have to capture CO2. First is carbon. What is stands C for carbon? Then other C stands for capture. And the other S stands for the storage procedure. This is a very basic process. प्री कंबशन। एक्चुअली मैं इस टॉपिक पे बहुत खुलकर बात करना चाहता हूँ आप सभी से, बिकॉज हमारे इंडिया में, ऑल ओवर इंडिया, ये अभी उतना इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो पाया है। अगर हम बात करें फॉरेन कंट्रीज की, तो वो इस पे बहुत अच्छे से काम कर रहे हैं। वो ये एक थोड़ा इकोनॉमिकली बेनिफिट दे सकता है, बट किस लेवल पे करेगा वो, जब हम इसमें कुछ इनपुट अपना क्रिएट करें। बिकॉज ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट किसी चीज में अगर हमें सक्सेस पानी है, फॉर एग्जांपल कोई बिजनेस हम रन करते हैं, तो एक स्ट्रेंथ हमें चाहिए इनपुट में, तब जाके हम वो आउटपुट ले पाते हैं। सो बेसिकली हमें हमारे इंडिया में ये चीज अभी उतनी इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो पा रही है। बिकॉज इफ आई वुड लाइक टू टॉक अबाउट द प्री कंबशन मेथड, इसमें हम क्या कर रहे हैं, बेसिकली ये एक सिंपल मेथड है जिसमें कार्बन जो है वो एक तरीके से ऑक्सीजन के साथ कंबाइन है। इफ यू ऑल नो दैट, ऑल आर हियर इन माइनिंग इंजीनियर्स, आप सभी जानते हैं जो मोस्ट डेंजरस गैस कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड, specific gravity 0.97. So when this is method implement when coal is combined with oxygen, and if we have to adding water in this procedure, so it is called water gas, which is produced carbon monoxide. And if we relate continuing this method, so carbon monoxide converts into hydrogen and CO2. So safely we can capture that CO2, and after that we have to use that hydrogen to drive the turbine, and after that we have to produce electricity. So ये एक तरीके से बोल सकते हैं कि एक पंख और दो काज, जहां हम लोग हाइड्रोजन गैस को यूज करके क्या कर रहे हैं कि हम टरबाइन रन कर रहे हैं, आफ्टर दैट हम उससे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, एंड ग्रीन हाउस के लिए जो बहुत इम्पैक्टफुल है एक गैस, उसको हम कैप्चर कर पा रहे हैं इजीली। ये मेथड बेसिकली प्री कंबशन मेथड है। इट मींस सिंपली हमें किसी भी तरीके के कंबशन की जरूरत नहीं। एटमॉस्फेयर में जो गैसेस रिलीज हो रही है उसमें हम CO2 को कैप्चर कर रहे हैं और सिंपली फिर इसको हम आगे इंप्लीमेंट करते हैं। नेक्स्ट इज पोस्ट कंबशन मेथड। इफ यू कैन रिलेट दिस, पोस्ट कंबशन मींस आफ्टर द कंबशन व्हाट कैन वी डू। सो you have to see that post combustion method, post combustion CO2 capture method. You can see that boiler, that one exhaust gas like hydrogen, if coal and other industries, we have a lot of industries, we saw that industries that they are using chimney, noxious gases they are producing, and वो जब एटमॉस्फेयर में मिक्स होती है, so जैसे जैसे ये इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ था, तो जो गवर्नमेंट है उनका एक ये साइडलाइंस था कि आप बेसिकली चिमनी का यूज करें ताकि वो एटमॉस्फेयर में इजीली मिक्स ना हो पाए। तो इन चिमनियों में हमें एक ऐसा डक्ट फिट करना है जो कि सारा CO2 को सेपरेट कर सके। चिमनी में जाने से पहले एक ऐसा ऑब्जर्वर हो जिसमें वाटर सॉल्वेंट्स मिक्स हो, जो कि क्या करे कि उस CO2 को कैप्चर कर सके, एंड आफ्टर दैट जो भी नॉक्सियस गैसेस है उसको एक लेवल पे आके उसको स्ट्राइक कर सके। एटमॉस्फेयर में मिलने से पहले वो एक ऑब्जर्वर का एक काम होगा कि वो वाटर सॉल्वेंट्स की हेल्प से सारा जितना भी CO2 है वो कैप्चर कर लेगा। दिस इज पोस्ट कंबशन मेथड। If we would like to talk about, then other third method is oxy-fuel. It's depending that oxygen and nitrogen mix in the atmosphere, the most maximum percentage which we have that nitrogen, right? It's something 78.09%. So we can separate both gases, and after that if we conclude it, so CO2 we can actually accept these things that these are the very beneficial things for all the CCS projects. So we have to capture CO2 and we have to separate all the nitrogens and all the oxygens departs from that, and actually with these methods we can easily capture all the CO2s, and we have to decrease that temperature. Thank you so much. After that only to continue this.
No, better you conclude.
हाँ, ये फिगर एक्सप्लेन करो, अच्छा है।
Yes. Only 2 minutes.
जस्ट हाफ ए मिनट खत्म तो इसको एक्सप्लेन कर दो।
Okay.
सच जाओ उसका।
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Ashish from Aatmanirbhar University. Now I will continue explaining transportation of liquefied CO2. So there is two types of transportation of liquefied CO2. One is onshore transportation and one is offshore. Offshore is comparatively inexpensive than onshore because of pipeline use and by the method of transporting using ships. It is much more inexpensive than onshore because onshore uses transportation like tankers and all, and they requires much more energy, so it is expensive than offshore transportation. And yes, then offshore transportation uses pipelines, and pipelines could also be expensive if the distance is increased. So the alternative for the pipelines is, which is also inexpensive, is ship transportation. And after the transportation, please next slide. Transportation, it comes to the storage or sequestration of the CO2. So sequestration includes the process saline formation. Saline formation is the deposits of water with the combination of salt, high salt percentage, which is unusable. So those unusable deposits can become the vacant space for the CO2. So we inject the CO2 inside those, and those saline formations have the natural ability to combine with the CO2. So it can be injected inside the earth. And secondly, it is injection into deep unminable coal seams or ECBM. ECBM, as we all know, is enhanced coal bed methane, and it is the injection into deep unminable coal seams, which is deep underground and can become the vital and can play the vital role for the attachment of CO2 with it. As we all know, CO2 has the ability to combine with the coal. It attaches with the coal, so it can also play a vital role as it attaches with the CO2 and coal. And the third point is use of CO2 in enhanced oil recovery. Enhanced oil recovery, the third diagram, the third injection, and oil is coming upwards. That is the process in which we inject the CO2 and the oil from the oil deposit. And the fourth one is depleted oil. Okay. Depleted oil and gas reservoirs. Gas reservoirs is the mostly same as enhanced oil recovery. And gas reservoir is also the vacant space we can inject the CO2 into. Next. Yes, advantages of CCS. CO2 can be removed easily from the point sources. As my sir explained, from the point sources chimneys, we can capture the CO2. CCS can reduce emission, and it can also eliminate the gases which are not just CO2, other pollutants too. Next slide. Disadvantages of CCS. CCS is a big infrastructure construction which could be expensive, most expensive. Cost for CCS are high. CO2 transportation storage site could be dangerous. Yes, it could be dangerous due to the presence of all those gases in the concentration. Next slide. Result. By 2050, we can reduce the 14% of CO2 from the atmosphere by 2050. If the industries, as it is surely be disrupted, when the CCS will be implemented, it will have the disruptions, as this is the expensive infrastructure construction. And if the legislation makes it essential, it can be a part of mining industries in the near future. The cost of CCS will also decrease as the demand for CCS and CO2 reduction will be increased. Thank you. Any comments?
Okay, fine. So the first session is over, and I request chairman of the session, Professor Jayant to.
टाइम नहीं है, खाना मिलेगा नहीं. Jayant sir, thank you very much. You share in your WhatsApp message to all of them. Okay. So I request Mr. Pittal to present memento to. List कहाँ है? To Mr. S.K. Mahanta, he is our editor of the journal. It's basically a mining engineer from Odisha. Memento, please. कहाँ है memento? अरे लाओ कोई. अरे बंगरी, क्या कर रहे हैं तुम लोग?
लाओ कहाँ गए कोटे?
चलो एक्टिव नहीं है तुम लोग. चलो साइड हो जाओ थोड़ा.
आयुष सर.
अरे यहाँ Please come immediately. Shri Sahu, Akash Gupta. श्री जी आ जाइए, साहू जी आ जाइए।
जाइए, क्या नाम है? बसंत भैया, जाइए आप ही जाइए। अभी जाइए, भीड़ में खड़ा हो
ठीक है।
2 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा
Sahu. Now, I request Mr. Mitra to present a memento to the chairman of session, to Mr. Gupta. The chairman, Jantu Sahu का evergreen chair. आप part time chair. Okay, thank you, Jantu sir, and I request Mr. Palit and Dr. Harsh and Sandeep Patel to conduct this exercise in 20 minutes time. Ali sir. चलो बच्चे लोग प्लीज जल्दी खत्म करेंगे.
Okay, so we are running short of time. So the first paper is latest second paper.
दूसरा सेकंड पेपर सर. स्टार्ट विद द सेकंड पेपर सर. तुरंत भाग जाते हैं.
So the first paper is latest trend of transdisciplinary research applications for improving safety in mining industry. And it by Jantu sir. Okay.
Jantu साहब का ये skip कर दो next 80 minute.
हाँ, 1 minute. Okay.
I think they can project that poster. Honorable Chairperson, it is a great privilege for me to present my PhD scholars, MTech and BTech students. Very good work, they are very sincere. Some are already there online. Since there is no time, I thought I will make it brief. So, Ramayana can be told within 2 minutes, otherwise 2 minutes also not sufficient. So I will make it within 2 minutes, 3 papers. So, can I have that open that poster please? ये तो अजय देवगन वाला सिंघम लिख दिया है, like a simple सिंघम है, right? You should rotate this. So there are basically already 3 posters are kept outside. Everybody must have seen that, and its full text will be there in the next journal. Abstract is already there. So that's why I am making it very short. और तेलुगु में हम बोलते हैं कटे कोटे पीछे, right? That means those who could not understand Telugu, so you can make it very short. Meanwhile, you can open next poster otherwise. रोटेट करके दिखाइए, नहीं तो ये लोग ऐसा देखना पड़ेगा. अनुष्का मैडम, समृद्धि मैडम, इसको दिखाइए, मैं बता दूं. Right. So I think this is visible to everybody, offline and online both. I have my PhD scholars, they are working in Zimbabwe, they are watching this. This is related to latest trends of transdisciplinary research applications for improving safety in mining industry. So we have done a lot of studies, basically 4 PhD scholars from computer science, electronics, and electrical engineering they completed for mining industry and mining. So this is basically related to how we can apply different other branches like electronics, instrumentation, computer science, or some other branches, including we are doing work with so many other departments, biomedical, biotechnology, And even we are conducting, as me as a co-chairman, the National Bioengineering Conference also in December. That also I will tell, not now, later. So this is a Ministry of Mines sponsored project. I've been doing it over 35 years as a scientist for 2 decades in CSIR as well as Ministry Mines, Polar Goldfields. You must have seen one, 2 movies there. And this is a Bharat mine where this data we wanted to transfer online, real-time data, that is a ground behavior monitoring and all, whether it is a open cast or underground. Already we completed that in Moil mines, Dongri Buzurg mines, with time domain reflectometry and then wireless sensor network and IoT, then cloud computing. Cloud, we modified that to fog computing because we want less latency period, much time for getting the result out of it. So that's why we use all that. So this is the meaning of transdisciplinary research. Yes. Now next one please, next poster. So till they open next poster, I'm telling something more about it. Right. So nowadays our NEP 2020 talks about multidisciplinary research, but there are so many steps for conducting best translational, transdisciplinary, industry-oriented research and academics in NEP 2020, where our discipline should be involved from the beginning. There are so many files in that. You can open anything. Now it is open.
They are putting pressure on us for the book.
Yeah. No, I think he is open.
Not supported next.
ओपन हो रहा था लेकिन वो घुमा नहीं पा रहा था, ये घूमना सीख रहा है। So if it opens later we will see. Now you can continue. Now chairman Sathles.
Okay. And the next paper is on extraction of underground KSM. Okay. Mine closer. Okay, mine closer. We'll also get 4 minutes.
We'll give only preference to Udaipur and outsiders, not AKS now.
Good morning everyone. Represent ourselves from the Department of Mining Engineering, College of Technology and Engineering, MUIT Udaipur. Being honored here to be present in front of all the family members. We all know that mining provides an extraordinary economic opportunities for resource-rich countries in uplifting a society, infrastructure, trade and profits. But with the extraction of economic minerals, we face a challenge of rehabilitation of a mine. This is a concerning issue that has been acknowledged internationally as well. So, being one of the most economic activity, mining sector has always faced problems concerning community displacement, unemployment, after mining, environmental issues like loss to vegetation and pollution. These crises are not happened by any chance, but they can be fixed with a plan. We have that plan. Process of mine closure is one of the challenging phases in the life of a mine after mineral extraction. There are several norms that has been taken by the government of India which has to be implemented by mine closure after the mining operation has become uneconomical. Here, I invite my presenters to explain further. Thank you.
Here is the mine closure plan. Just scroll it down. The mine closure plan, there is several statutory requirements like MCR, MMDR, which are MCR Mine Constitution of 1960, which has 29 sections, which will have provision of the rules for the lazy to give a well-settled final mine closure plan. There are 2 types of mine closure plans. Firstly, when it will be the progressive plan or concurrent plan, and second, the final closure plan. Then, after this, there are the several statutories which are from section 3 of MMDCR, 2017, section 37, section 38, and which deals with the topsoil management, flora management, section 44, etc. After this, what are the basic guidelines of IBM for the management of the mine closure plan? There is where we have to tell about what is the land which have to be rehabilitation of the land, the disposal of the machineries which have been used out, the water management in the nearby areas, the air quality standards which I will deal about, what are the conditions of the people which were earlier employed out, and what are the provisions made to re-employ them, whether to settle a vocational training center or etc. So what are the final conclusions which may, or the suggestions we may give in the mine closure plan, that in the mine closing we may use the underground mines which were earlier used as a nuclear testing plants, which make use a vocational training center for earlier people which were employed in the mines. The check dams we made in the geotextiles can be stored on the slope for slope stability analysis, and the solar plant may be installed on the slope, so it can be good for power generation and renewable. So finally, to close the topic, I invite Adnan.
So here we are discussing about the sustainable mining and the mine closure plan. So for that, we are going to focus on DMG as my personal perspective, that what DMG is focusing about. DMG is focusing about transparency in mineral concession and zero tolerance against illegal mining. Because what we are planning is like that. If we are working without a plan, we won't be able to save for our future generation, and if you won't be able to save for it, then generally just for few time only. So what DMG is doing is they are preparing new infrastructure by following government guidelines, just like they are also focusing on DMFT, that is District Mineral Foundation Trust. They are using the money from those areas, those core mining areas, just like 30% around profit they are using, and they are simply investing in those cities for their growth. Secondly, sustainable mine development is that systematic development of mine, and they are focusing on safety, working restricted to about the groundwater level and effective safeguard in mine losses and all.
Adnan, please go to conclusion and let us close this.
Okay, so finally I'm coming to the conclusion. We are focusing on sustainable development in the mine closure plan. So without plan, we can't be able to do anything. As you all know, and without planning, it's just like we are doing without. We'll be like, ठीक है, बिना रास्ते के we are working, and without it, we are not able to get what we are. So what I want to say is that without planning, we won't be able to obtain what we are looking for, and we are simply occupying those things which we have to leave for future generation.
Thank you. Thank you. Come first. You get only 3 minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay, fine. As you keep on telling, what is the gist of the topic? Keep telling us.
Mainly, we are discussing about how to reduce the carbon footprint regarding the power development. Like the world, 39% of world is dependent totally on the coal power, and we are reducing by some processes like CBM and all. My friend Aman is going to present all the things.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we all know that our country is only source dependent, about approximately 70% on coal, and it is India basically doesn't depend on other renewable sources. Some economic side, some slide next slide.
If
you talk about other comparing from 70s to 2000s, like previously our 90% industries used to produce carbon dioxide, but till now, if we talk about, it has reduced to around 40% due to advancement of technology. And as we know, as one thing is a boon, that other thing is also have adverse effect to it. So some of the things that can improve to clean coal technology is that FBC, in this technology, solid fuels like solid particles are suspended on hot bubbling fluidity bed, and like sands and hot air jets are blown. That helps to for clean coal. If you talk about second process, it's IGCC. In this, syngas is converted. Syngas is using exhausted and
this is already there in the agenda. Just go to the conclusion and let us close it.
See, as we know that we have urgent need of coal, but we have to depend on clean coal because by 2070 we have to get a zero carbon emission.
Thank you, Aatmanirbhar.
बोलने भी नहीं था और अभी सब बोले थे इतना काहे खुश हो गए
Good morning everyone, I am Anjit Singh from Conclave University, Ranchi, Jharkhand. And my topic is sustainable mining on the theme sustainable mining towards Aatmanirbhar Bharat. Introduction. As we know that कि sustainable mining क्या होता है, मतलब कि जो भी negative cause हम लोग के environment पर होता है उसको हम लोग कैसे overcome कर सके उसी को sustainable mining बोलते हैं. Have been very determined in fact in which exploration, development, active mining, ore extraction, trailing deposits, and the last one is site reclamation activity can be proved for extremely hazardous people environment if it is not recovered close using scientific solutions. The entire world is facing such mining relations problems and there are several steps which have been taken to reduce the issues. But one of the best methods to deal such mining related issues practice sustainable mining. Strategy. The establishment of the mining mineral sustainable development project is initiated in the increase the mining industry efficiency to contribute the sustainable development in 2002. The sustainable development from the perspective of the mineral professional community. Without the assistance of the professional community for minerals, which consists of the engineers and the teachers, is impossible. The goal to start is Milo's statement is professional responsibility, education, training and development, communications and etc. Applying sustainable development in mineral sector, applying is the concept of mineral wealth, maximizing the human well-being should be economic.
Do you have any other papers now? The introduction and the conclusion, this we will read in the journal. भाभी
जल्दी जाओ वहाँ.
अब इंट्रोडक्शन और कंक्लूजन बोल दो किस में हम लोग पढ़ लेंगे.
इसको स्कैन ये कर दो. जल्दी दो चार.
My project was on lab software, so I introduce some basic information. This is the boundary and this is the plot area, safety factor 1 point. Next,